All right, we're back. Part 2. Baz is a statue. He will forever be remembered for his brave actions this day. So Jonah has run over and is casting spells frantically, trying to cure him. Nothing is working. Archie is racking her brain. Blackwind has been concentrating on a detect magic to see if perhaps there's a magical aura that Archie could dispel. Donaquin has used his last of his unicorn spirit to kind of close the wounds from the harrowing battle. Um, what do you guys do?
Once my spell's done, I will look him over, and then, of course, anything else in this room much more closely now that,
Sure. I mean,
like the ashes and stuff like that. The urn.
yeah. I mean, there's literally was nothing in there but ashes, and they're all just muddy ashes and broken urn now. There's nothing in there.
I stomp on him.
Fuck you, ghost.
I don't like those. No, actually, no. Get it off. Get it off. Dead person all over.
Blackwood running his foot through it and just be like, "Oh God, what have I done?"
Get it off.
He's gonna
Luckily,
hug
there's
me.
1 + 2 inches of water, so you can wash it off. In
Yeah.
Should be.
all right. So
John asked if her body's
Sean.
still there.
did he? Oh, when?
Yeah.
Where?
He
Just now.
Where? Really? Like in the
Mhm.
voice?
Yeah.
in a
Oh,
voice.
I did not hear you at all. I don't know why.
With his voice?
Why can't I hear Sean? What the hell? Why are you muted? Okay, you're not muted anymore.
Wow.
Corey's just like,
Sorry, dude. I had you muted for some reason. I wonder how long that's been. Maybe that's why we can't hear him. No, sorry.
It might have been earlier when he wasn't muted and he was talking to Aiden for a minute.
Oh, that might have been it. That might have been it. Anyways, yes, her body is still there. So she's just lying like face down in the water on top of these petrified snakes. Pool of blood, basically. The water down here is kind of filthy now. Her body has reverted to that of like a Chultan woman, although damaged to hell because you guys just beat the shit out of her. So her snake hair has reverted back to these braids with like multicolored bands in them. Otherwise, her feathered cloak is ripped, torn, burned, disintegrated, and soaked with water, so it seems relatively ruined. However, I believe that she has some other stuff on her, potentially. Let me just take a quick look here.
I think I saw magic items on her before too. When did we not?
Specifically, Corey's looking to see if that whole gemstone, if she has that.
The one that Baz.
No, the one
Yeah, the stuff that you offered to her. The last you saw of that, she doesn't have that on her person. The last you saw of that, the Eblis put it in the chest in the back of the room that she was in when you gave it to her.
Okay.
So maybe it's still there.
Okay.
But on her person, however, yeah. Oh no, actually, the only thing that might have been of value was that feathered dress, but it is destroyed.
I mean, put a couple stitches here, couple stitches.
It's beyond the point of amending. It's been like ripped, torn, burned, and disintegrated by acids. There's nothing salvageable about her dress or what she's wearing. And yeah, she doesn't have any other items on her person.
And Baz isn't radiating magic other than whatever was magical on him. That's not stone, anyways.
Yeah, Baz is not radiating magic. Just the necklace around his neck, the periapt or whatever he's got. That didn't turn to stone with him. It's still sitting on the statue around his neck. And you know magic items resize to their wearer, so if you take it off, it'll become normal size again.
It's like it's a belt of it now.
Yeah, it's now a belt.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely not. The effect isn't magical. He is now effectively stone. So a dispelling of magic would not work on it, as there is no magic to dispel.
How do we fix him?
I believe Jonathan.
Okay, Okay. So when we were in port, there was the Temple of Sune they offer lower level versions of spells like Donquin's talking about, the healing ones. Maybe if we pay enough gold, they could do something higher. Like maybe somebody there has the ability to do something more substantial. This is the only, or like I feel like there's got to be somebody who can do it. It's just
Sure, we can
a coin amount.
travel.
Definitely.
We can go to different places that we've been, so we can
Ask.
have that ability to cast greater restoration. Like it'll just take time and set them down. And yes, it'll divert. That's what we're doing, but it's to save your friend.
We were going anyway, actually.
There's somebody has to in Chilton. We must
Yeah.
know somebody that's able to do it. For what price that we don't know.
Okay.
Do it.
So if there's somebody who can do it, they're probably going to cost a significant amount of gold to be able to do it.
Do it or make a scroll.
Or make a scroll or something, right? So we should find that treasure chest and see if there's anything else in there that we can sell, put towards the.
No.
Wait.
Right now, we don't have a solution. We just have. We have hopes rested on.
Right.
Leave him here.
Is greater restoration is the solution. That will cure patient. That will bring bad stuff.
We can't bring him with us.
We can come
Yeah,
back.
we can.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't think anybody else is going to carry him away.
No, we don't have to carry him. We can leave him.
I know.
No,
I
no,
don't think
no.
anybody's going to move him, and he's not going to walk away.
I think what Don's saying, Jonah, is that he's safe here because he's.
Yeah, like he's not going anywhere. There's nothing stuff that's going to break a big giant statue.
He wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave us.
And there's no way for us to move. There is
What about Gerald? You can make Gerald move. But Gerald's made of stone. Make Baz move.
Understand that
Break him into pieces and make him into a statue.
Yeah, Gerald is just animated rock. That forms into this shape. I fear that if I were to do that with Baz, using Baz, that it would destroy him. Like that would actually pull those pieces away, and if and when we did fix him, that damage would then be part of it.
We're just going to leave him here with all these snakes?
I don't think there's many snakes left anymore.
Just petrified ones and dead ones up above.
I don't want to, but
We can get rid of the snakes at least.
What about like Camp Vengeance or Meth Road? Anybody there could help?
that's what I mean. Like we could go there and ask. I just don't think we can bring him with us while we do that. Like I'm 100% stopping at every place we've ever been and seeing if somebody can help.
The snakes themselves aren't going to do anything to him either. In fact, the snakes might actually help protect him.
They don't look like the snakes. I don't want to leave. This place is ugly. I'm going to start trying to clean.
Sure.
Nobody will that wants to get bit by a poisonous snake. They'd have to deal with them if they wanted to.
That's true. If he's surrounded by snakes, he may actually be safer.
I don't
From
want him
any-
surrounded by snakes.
I'm gonna
Hey,
jump
see
down.
snakes, I'm gonna firebolt them.
Sure.
I'm gonna jump down and help Jonah clear out the stone and unstone snakes.
It will.
I will go pick up.
Sorry, I couldn't hear
You're
you.
cutting
Sean.
out, Sean.
We'll pick up the orchid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good point actually. The orchid is one thing, but also Baz's gear, his backpack and stuff. Are you gonna redistribute
grab
that
it.
amongst, or are you gonna leave some of that here, or you have to figure out what you're doing with that? I mean, figure out what you're doing first, but just keep that in mind
Sure.
before you leave. That if you want to take any of the stuff that's not frozen, you have to figure that out.
We'll go through it. I can add probably a bunch into Gerald's load. I've got some room too.
So Brad, can you do me the
Sure.
favor of moving your gear that's able to be taken into the party sheet so that people can take it as they will?
This work? Come on. Not gonna work. No, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to drag individually stuff that
Wait, what?
I don't think you can just drag the whole shebang over at once.
Alright, so there's that.
A 3-inch glass here.
Things like rations, don't worry about, because I'll just add them into Gerald's count. Yeah. So like rations, torches, water skin, anything like that. I'll just rope,
Mm-hmm.
any of that kind of stuff. I'll add into Gerald's.
Blackwood, the statue. I mean, you looked at this before with detect magic. There's no magic on the statue.
Yeah.
Looking out over here, one thing you do notice walking out onto the balcony there, Blackwind, looking to your left and right, the rain has kind of cleared up, but looking to your left and right, the gardens to the left and right here, they seem to be kind of withering.
Ooh.
Like the soporifics are kind of like withering and kind of browning, and kind of the leaves kind of starting to drop off.
Interesting. Oh, I guess I have to take that one effect off too, because there is no combat anymore. The force damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of traveled through here with detect magic before too, I think, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. Any place you've already been, I'm pretty sure you guys have already thoroughly searched and detect magic.
This also just has a better point of view, so I wasn't sure, but you never know.
But you don't spy any other Eblis or anything around, whether there's more than just the two in this room, but you don't see any others when you're out on the balcony either.
I'll fire up that light again too. I'm gonna see if it works on myself when I hit it, but is it? I gotta find it now. Jeez, there it is.
I said, don't worry about the rations, babe.
Huh. What about pythons and torches?
I'll just add those to mine.
Oh, I think it just tries to make me
Oh, yeah.
save, or is it?
Yeah, it won't add the light.
It doesn't give me an effect right now, so
you can build one.
I can do it on that.
Well, actually, you can just drag it from the conditions.
Oh yeah.
The lights are in there. Right?
Spell
The
light.
Yeah.
Wonder if I could just drag that onto an effect. Or if
You should be able to build one yourself if you want.
I'm just gonna see, but yeah.
It'd just be like any other effect, just as long as the syntax is right, it should work. Okay, so Jonah and Aelin, you guys are kind of just clearing away what remains of the snakes and shit down there, just to kind of clean it up a bit. Baz is standing next to Gerald, staring down at him. Archie, are you... Well, Donaquin, you grabbed the black orchid. Is that on your character sheet? Or was that on Baz's? Yeah,
He just dragged it into the party sheet.
Yeah, just grab it off of the party sheet.
Where do you guys go to the party sheet again? Sorry.
Up in the top right corner, the little eye with the 3 people. That's the party sheet, and then on the right side of the party sheet, there's an inventory tab.
Yeah, and you can just take stuff out of there and put it in your character sheet.
Yeah, if you just grab the little square beside it and drag it onto your inventory and your sheet.
And is anyone going to take the periaptive health?
Yeah, somebody will.
Okay.
Wrong button.
Once it feels respectful to do so. Like, we take it right before we leave, sort of deal.
Sure.
Same with all of this.
What the hell?
I mean, technically, you probably could take the great sword, which is.
Well, you're holding it.
You're holding it. You're double-handing it, so.
And
it doesn't
it's,
really matter.
And it's kind of fucking enormous.
Also,
Yeah.
I think the magic will eventually fade from it once. If Jonah decides to remove it.
Of course.
Well, I don't know.
have to make Baz's vengeance.
Yeah, I'm just sort of waiting here by his stuff. Respectfully, I want to go check out the treasure chest, but I'm not going off on my own, especially now. So I'm just gonna wait. Okay. And if it takes an hour, I will get my spell slots back.
Well, I mean, it won't take an hour to clean up the snakes, so you've been here about 10-15 minutes at this point. I don't think it would take much longer to clean out the petrified snakes and stuff. The living snakes are either all killed or removed. So, do you do anything with Zalkore's body, or you leave it in the muck?
I'll have Gerald carry it up here.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't cast it on myself.
I mean, she was still a queen. It feels a little disrespectful to just leave her in the mud.
She deserves.
She was cursed for a long, long time. I don't think.
The ghost said not long enough.
Well, that's because he was pissed off at her.
We don't know why she was cursed.
I don't know why. I'll put her in. I'll have Gerald put her down in one of the soporific gardens. Then she's. Sure. If there is any, redemption, at least. And then at least we can tell. If we go back to Kir Sabal, we can say her ancestor wasn't just left in the mud, face down.
Stuck on the wall. There we go.
Can't figure out how to make corners.
Yeah.
We did. Jonah, do curative effects? Do they usually have components of what caused them to happen in the first place? Like she's not how she was anymore, right? She's just back to a normal person.
Yeah, she looks like a Chultan woman.
Okay.
Well, Chultan corpse.
Okay.
What now?
No, I was just thinking, like things just like sometimes the cure for an antidote for a poison is you find it within the poison itself, kind of deal. I didn't know if that was anything to that when it came to something like this. But she doesn't seem to be whatever creature she was when she did it. She just looks like a person now.
Actually, I wonder. I'm gonna go kind of look. I can see down to that balcony. I want to see if those plants are withering now too.
Yeah. The canopy seems to be withered. Like the other plants all around, like the just the overgrown vines and stuff, like that are cropping up through the stone here. They don't seem to be withering at all. and nothing
Yeah.
outside the walls. But yeah, in these gardens here, they seem to be, yeah, kind of. It's a very slow, like it's not a rapid thing, but you can definitely see that they're withering as well.
The magic is fading.
Those were directly linked to the curse.
I guess I could leave her by the statue.
What's that? The body?
Yeah.
We have rope. We could probably haul her up if.
Well, Gerald
Well-
already brought her up.
Yeah, no, Gerald's brought her. I would just, yeah, I'll just like go. I'll actually just put the body by like at the feet of the statue. That's fine.
On the tip of the spear. It was him that did it.
Some paler on it. All right. So you guys have finished cleaning out the snakes down below. Now
I'm
what?
gonna-
Well,
I'm gonna
Baz doesn't want us
climb
to
out of
sit
the-
around.
I'm gonna climb out of the pit, but before I leave, I'm just gonna walk up to the very large Baz, and I just kind of pat him on the shin because I feel like that's probably where I can reach.
Neat.
And then I'm gonna take one of my pouches of silver powder, and I'm just gonna tie it to something around his waist or legs, somewhere I can reach. Just to put a whole pouch and climb out.
I call over Christopher and Woody. And I'd be like, I got a really important job for you two. You have to guard my friend till I come back. You guys think you can do that?
They shake their branches with solemn vigor.
I knew I could count on you guys. Then I'll go up to Baz. And I'll take out my my stone of recording, and I'll be like, "You were my best friend," and I'll just put it in. I'll come back for you, and I'll stop recording. And I'll put it. I'll put it next to him. Then I'll try to climb out with my bad rib.
I can try and help you. Yeah, as I help Jonah up, I'll just be like, we'll come back. We'll get what we need and come back.
You drew a really good map to this place, didn't you?
Yeah. Wait.
Good.
Wasn't
We'll
very
see.
good.
Insight check.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, it was okay.
there's one location to finish your map, is that other building down there.
And then, yeah.
Which is
And
why,
as we
where
go-
you were heading before all this shit went down.
As we travel back, my map will get even better to be able to get here.
Was anybody taking comparative health?
So somebody was. That's why I don't need it as much.
I mean, anyone can use it.
Yeah.
Anybody can, but somebody that's generally,
Weak.
well, I mean, not necessarily weak, but I guess, I mean, it would be useful for me if I'm in that kind of danger, but at the same time, I already got a couple of nice ones, so I think somebody like Aelin maybe would, or I don't think Jonah needs it. He's got the fortitude of a giant, apparently.
Yeah,
But,
Archie's probably the best to
for
take
now,
it.
I think Archie would be good because she does tend to get herself exposed to all sorts of substances from time to time, and she had it before too.
So if you're just going by straight off scores, Archie has the worst in the party for sure.
There's
A
that
con
too.
score. which is
Okay.
typically what diseases are the saving throw for. So.
All right, I'll grab it for now. We can always pass it if somebody ends up actually needs it.
Yeah, it doesn't require attunement, right?
No,
I don't
correct.
believe so.
Yeah, so yeah, you can pass it around as needed. It doesn't really do it. It doesn't actually give you any bonuses to saving throws or anything. It just makes you immune. So if someone else happens to fail a save, you can pass it to them if you need to suppress a disease. So
I would take the small piece of jewelry if nobody else wants it. I feel like I might be able to do something with that.
I'll take the company of the Yellow Banner crest. He was carrying it for me anyway.
Take my stuff and unless someone wants, I'll take the alchemy jug unless
Oh
someone
yeah,
wants it.
the alchemy jug should be grabbed for sure. What's a silver ewer?
It's a pitcher.
So yeah, it's a silver pitcher. It's an art object, basically.
That could help, if anything, fund a expedition to try to rescue Baz, if anything.
Yeah.
I'll just add the insect cell to mine, since I've kind of got a. Or actually, do you want to take it, Dawn? Do you want to take the insect cell? Since I've been marking it off for both of us, then you can take care of yours for a while with it. Yeah, I'll add the crowbar to Gerald.
Instructed into his hands. We'll call him Freeman.
yeah, so there's still
Gerald Freeman.
there's 4 rations on there.
Was that object the 3-inch thing? Was that like an odd object that he?
That
started
was
with?
his trinket that he started with.
Yeah.
I'll leave that on him for sure.
Well, no, this is the backpack that has been dropped on the ground. So if we leave it, we're leaving it in the backpack. I don't want to leave
Well, we can
anything
put it.
like that.
Well, the 3-inch glass sphere was a personal object of his that we have
Right.
no idea has anything.
Right, and I don't want to just leave it on the ground in the temple in the backpack.
Sure. Well, do
I
you
want
want
to
to take
carry
it?
so we can give it back to him because it's his personal object, basically. Is what I'm saying. So, like, if nobody wants to carry those, I will carry them. Is basically what I'm.
Is anybody else carrying the copper chalice with a silver filigree?
Not currently.
Nope.
I'll just grab that then, just because I can carry it fairly easily.
Yeah, it's better for us just to grab the stuff like Archie was saying, or stuff and give it back to
Yeah, you can redistribute if and when Baz rejoins the party.
Yeah. You know, like I'm not gonna leave his cooking stuff here for somebody to potentially come along and take.
somebody grabbing his mess kit or the
We had snakes guarding him.
If not, I'll grab them.
You can grab them.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, Donovan, you don't have a bedroll either, do you? Might as well grab his.
I'm sure did I grab. No, I don't need a bed.
You don't need one?
He
Okay,
sticks
that's
in
fine.
his shell.
I didn't grab one on purpose on stuff when we were. It's okay.
That's fine. Okay. So there's 4 rations and a bedroll in the party sheet. Anyone taking those?
Yeah, I'm just gonna add the rations to mine if you want to delete them.
Okay.
Because then I have to drag it multiple times.
Anyone if nobody else needs an extra bedroll, you're gonna leave it here? Save the weight?
I think so. Yeah, we can. That's when we can pick up again if nobody wants to take it for themselves.
What about your coins? Were your coins in a pouch on your belt? I would assume so.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, that's been the status quo for the party for the whole campaign, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'd love to be able to say, no, I kept them in the backpack. You guys have them.
LMP's magical, right? I thought they were faintly magical.
But they're in a non-magical.
They're in a non-magical stone pouch either way.
So we have to break it open.
Yeah.
What about?
Sorry.
Well, just for Brad's sake, you should keep track of what you have in the bank too, because
Yeah, I do.
if you do roll a new character, we'll need to at least
Yeah,
remember what that was.
It's just the 2 adamantine, or 10 adamantine ingots and the Mastercraft Mason's tools of King Mbalawa.
You don't have any gold in the bank?
No, I didn't put any gold in the bank.
Oh.
You didn't have any rain catchers or anything on you?
I did have 2 rain catchers on my back.
So there's stone
They
as
would
well.
have on your backpack, wouldn't they?
No, I specifically had them attached to my back so that I had easy access to taking them off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think there was something that fit in a backpack. Anyway.
Why would? Oh, I assumed they were strapped to the outside of the backpack, is what I thought.
Well,
That's possible. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
that's if they're on your back, they're on your back.
well, no, I guess if I'm picturing it now, if I'm just imagining it, I do think you're right. I do think
Like a
that
bedroll doesn't fit the backpack.
Yeah, like I would assume that like coils of rope was like hooked onto the outside of your backpack, right? You don't actually physically lash it to your person, right?
yeah, okay, that's totally fair. Yeah, I was when I think about backpack, I think about what goes inside of it,
Yeah.
not what goes on the outside of it. So no, yeah, you're probably right.
So so the hempen rope and the rain catchers would be
Yeah.
also available, right?
Cool. Yeah.
But the rest of the stuff would be actually on your person. So
Yeah.
oh, the Yacha beetle.
Yeah. But hey, he's preserved.
He's a preserved beetle.
In my pocket.
I'll just throw them on Gerald for now.
Okay. All right. So you guys have picked up all of the stuff, redistributed amongst the party. Anything of value? The backpack itself. Does anybody take that? Or you leave?
Anybody needed
Just
a
an extra.
backpack?
It's just an extra bag.
You know
so.
what? Honestly, I think with the amount of stuff now, Gerald is probably at 2 backpacks. Let's be fair. Just like in terms of, he's probably got like he's got it like doubled up probably on his
He's
back.
got a front pack and a backpack.
Yeah.
Front pack and a backpack. I like that.
Yeah. So I'm just double the. Yeah, you're right. That's 100% what he had. I'm just gonna double it on my character sheet.
Okay.
Just waddle, couple arms and legs sticking out of packs. Gerald.
Yeah, Sean, that's where we'll go probably first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put Aiden to bed and all that stuff.
Okay.
I know a lot of stuff that you guys we want to explore the next part that hasn't been explored yet.
Mm-hmm.
But also on top of that, if you get that before we get back, Duncan would like to go back up to get the gemstone.
Yeah,
Well,
Archie wants to go back up into that room immediately.
and he explains that it's very important, like for him and his people, and also in the future for Trimble. That he could explain and sort of like another time.
Okay. Yeah, Archie wants to get anything that may have been of value from that she's maybe taken from others, because we can maybe put that towards anything we can find. We can put towards fixing Baz.
Yeah.
So we should go and hold our breath or whatever, see if we can get up into that room. I guess we can always go. Bye. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
So unless anybody has an objection, that's where I'd like to head.
Yeah.
Well, having resolved yourself to continue on your quest, having nothing really you can do right now, you guys head out of the main chamber to a very kind of serene sounds of just jungle as the sun's come back out. Birds are chirping. It's just a relatively calm, nice day right now. Yeah, you would notice as well, as Blackwind did as you come out, that the soporific gardens to the south and north seem to be kind of slowly wilting away. not like rapidly decomposing or anything, but they're definitely losing their luster and just kind of like leaves starting to brown and curl and stuff. And yeah, to that point, actually, the man trap aura of spores doesn't seem to be kind of lingering in the air too much either. It's kind of just settled onto the ground.
Okay.
I've already kind of gone ahead. Well, you
Yeah.
guys were studying that.
Like I say, I'm just that's where I'm heading. I'm assuming.
He's gonna head up to the open that door. Open.
I'm still gonna keep my distance for the moment
Open.
Yeah.
because I'm ahead quite a bit. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, this is really.
Yeah,
this is like
the token movement is brutal.
8-bit video game.
Yeah,
I
you know
mean,
what? Don't worry
unless you
about.
need us on the map,
Yeah, I was gonna
we
say
don't need to.
don't worry too much about physically moving the tokens. It's gonna be like this. Like this is brutal. In combat, it makes a difference. Otherwise, it's not a big
Sure.
deal.
Let's just see. We know where we're going, so and what we
Um,
want to do there. So
Yeah, I wanted to get
Yeah.
there while I still had detect magic going, just
sure.
if that was possible.
You cast it initially. It's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I was started walking ahead. I don't know how long everybody was sitting there for, so that's what I was moving ahead for. But what were we sitting there for, an hour or?
No, but I can't imagine they cleaned up the whole bottom
Yeah,
and
but Blackwind left
so
while you guys were
I
doing
know.
that.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you went off on your own
I
completely,
did.
then that is fine.
Yeah,
I'm saying the rest of us would not have been within the detect magic time. That's all I'm pointing out.
because I did. Yeah, everybody was doing that, so I didn't jump in too much because there was a lot of paperwork there. But yeah, I would have popped in. Would have kept my distance anyways, even if I saw that the spores were lowered down, and then I would have probably just skirted around as best as I could to get in.
Yeah, so there is, I mean, there's nothing's pinging magical in this room at all.
Okay.
When
Nothing that I
you
can
look
see,
in,
anyways.
no. The room is empty. There's just the palanquin up on that raised dais in the middle. Broken furniture around the edges. And then there's the kind of tables and the chests at the back of the room as well. No sign of any Iblis in here.
When I initially get in there, I would have at least listened, kind of did my best just to see if I can detect anything, but whether or not that would have panned out.
I mean, nothing.
She was talking to something we didn't see, so I'm just playing as if there could be something there. That's all. But
Yeah.
if there was nothing, or I could roll it, but
No, yeah, I mean, you
then
wouldn't have detected anything.
and then I would have made my way to the chest.
Okay.
Listen for the large baboom.
All right. In the chest, any of the treasures that you saw the bird put in there, they are not there. The only thing in the chest that you can see is 7, it looks like, small vials, each containing some sort of kind of like bluish green liquid in kind of small stoppered vials. Other than that, there's nothing in that chest. So whether the Eblis took that treasure for themselves and took it elsewhere, you don't know, but They put it in there when Zalkore was in the room. What happened to it after that, you're not sure. That was yesterday.
We know their nest is in the other tower, so maybe we
Over in the opposite side, right?
yeah, maybe we double check that it hasn't been brought over there.
Anyways, I'll essentially grab those bottles, but I'll end up handing them to Jonah probably when
Okay.
they
I put
eventually
them
finish.
in the party sheet
Yeah.
for whenever whoever ends up with them on there.
Everything just tastes like meat or salt to me. Or alcohol.
Okay. So Blackwood, after you went up there while these guys were cleaning up and doing other things, would you come back down and
Uh,
rejoin them to like go
I
again
would come to the
together, or?
doors, I think, and I would wait for them here just because I know what they were doing.
Sure.
He's not completely heartless. It's nature, life and death. But he was hoping that he would be able to find something as well, but maybe. But yeah, I'll hang tough here until the rest of the guys
Okay.
get here.
Well, the rest of you will shortly thereafter be able to. You'll walk out, like I said. Blackwind's waiting for you.
Okay. I would want to search the room to see if there's any tricks to the chest or the room, if there's anything like hidden or tricks or anything that can that's maybe where they keep a secret place where they keep stuff in here.
Sure. Make a investigation check. Nothing special that you can see, just broken furniture.
You pick up the chest and shake it like a present.
Well, just like looking for a hidden bottom or something on the dais. Or...
There's a mirror in it at 45 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm in the box. Oh no.
So Black, and you hand the tinctures. Oh,
I
Jonah
would
took
have,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
would have, like, cause he's better at.
yeah, Jonah, just even a cursory glance at them, just the you would be able to deduce that they seem to be just like concentrated form of that soporific stuff, just in tincture form. So, yeah, I think if you click on them, you can see what it does exactly. I think are
They
they
have
identified?
heroin.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
But yeah, if there's nothing else in here, then like Aelin said, you should check the Eblis nest.
Okay.
To
So you
see if they
head across the waterway over to the other side again.
gotta find Donequin's gem.
Okay. Well, I mean, it takes you a little bit of time to wade through or swim through the water, hop across, however you do it. The northwestern tower is much as you left it, crumbled and kind of there's a tree growing through the side, filthy with feathers and like droppings and things. It stinks to high hell, like bird uh, in here. If you want to take a search around, see if you can find it, you can make an investigation check. People.
I will help.
Okay.
They're also. I'm gonna look up high, like if it's possible to climb up without getting ripped to shreds or whatever. Birds usually
Smart.
like high things.
It's better.
I mean, the dome is partially collapsed on the one side. I mean, you could attempt to climb up there. It's not. I mean, a fall from up there could hurt, but you could, if you want to try climbing up, you can.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Just saying.
No. It could happen.
Yes. Yeah, kicking around through. I think you guys You guys found this. Yeah, you found the scroll and the bracelet shaped like a coatl and stuff, right? I gave that to you last time you were in here. Yeah, yeah. I did definitely. So yeah, kicking around through like where that stuff was hidden. Um, you're not sure whether it does seem with a 24 that definitely the Eblis have been here. Things have been moved around. Um, so it seems that maybe since you looted their last stash of goods, if they have a new stash of goods, they didn't hide them in the same place because there's nothing
Right.
else in this room that you can see.
Okay, so there's nothing else, no other place in the room, sort of deal.
No, the kicking around through stuff. Yeah, they didn't seem to rehide it there.
Blackland, could you like see if there's any tracks from them leading anywhere? Any fresh tracks?
Yeah.
That we may be able
Okay.
to find their new stash?
I mean, it's possible they also tried to put stuff up higher, but I'll look for tracks and shit first. But
Sure, make a survival
Or-
check.
Oh, we didn't check the birds though either
oh, that was almost a natural 20.
themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can find their tracks. Like I said, there's definitely lots of evidence that they've been here since you were last here. There's some fresh droppings in here and stuff. Any tracks, however, unfortunately, you just kind of lead to the water and end there. Whether they
Or
took to
just
the air after
disappear.
that or waded through the water, it's hard to say. But that's where you'd lose the trail.
So they all go back to the water room, not south.
Yeah.
I think I'll take a quick boo up high. Maybe you guys take a look in the pool area just in case maybe they hit it in the pool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Donovan
do
can
that.
hold his breath for a very long time, so he could
Yeah. And
wade
he's
around underwater and look.
Sean said he's extremely motivated to try to find this. So yeah, we'll help Donovan look in the water, then if you want to go up high, Blackman.
I'm gonna get high. Give me those tinctures.
We'll give here advantage for help. Donovan gets a 20.
Pretty good.
Searching around down there. Yeah, if you want to do an athletics check to climb the roof. Yeah, easy. There's lots of handholds and vines and things. It's not the razor vine like on the outside walls and stuff. Climbing up the dome, you get a nice view of the surrounding jungle. You can also give me a perception once you're up there. There's no like obvious nests or anything on the dome itself, but
Almost a
yeah,
17.
glancing out, I mean, you can't see very far because it's just thick jungle canopy around the northern edges. If they took this higher or off somewhere, there's no way to tell from up here where they could have gone. Could have gone anywhere. I mean, they're birds. They could have flew a mile north and deposited it somewhere. From here, there's no indication there's anything on the dome or in the surrounding trees right nearby, anyways.
Okay.
And Donoquin's search, unfortunately, turns up just as little. There's carefully scouring the bottom. Those birds didn't hide anything underwater either.
We didn't actually search the birds when we were in the main room, did we?
Not really, but
The birds' bodies? I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't have any pouches or anything. They were just literally the birds' bodies. There was nothing on their bodies that you saw.
They're not big enough to hide things in their feathers or anything.
unless they eat them.
I mean, you guys can circle back around. You'd be going past there if you're going to go check that last dome building out anyways. You can take a quick boo at their bodies.
And while you guys stand back, I'm going to approach the this area. Just because maybe I don't think that plant is active the way it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
after
I just want to
spending
give it a bit more time.
Yeah, after spending the time over there and making your way back, now you can see from the edges like down into there pretty much more easily with the leaves kind of withered and browned and stuff. You can see on the forest floor, it's just kind of like looks like dry, kind of brittle brown and yellow grass now. And you can see what looks to be, and it kind of smells a bit like compost. And you can see down below what looks to be a man trap, but it doesn't seem to be alive. It's clearly it's not hidden by undergrowth anymore, and it's just kind of like sitting there. And given the odor and everything, it doesn't look like it's active any longer.
Could have something interesting here, so I'll take a boo in here.
Sure.
If you guys want to take a we never did search this
there
one that much, did we?
Didn't search it at all
there
because
there
we didn't want to deal.
is yeah, there is an inscription on the stairs there that you guys never went and looked at. And it says, "To break the curse." No, I'm just kidding. It's
kill this man eater.
You asshole. No, it's simply it's scratched in the same scrawled script in Old Omuan. It simply says, "To dream, to dance."
We wanted to dance again.
Yeah, the soporifics and the mantrap seem to be neutralized, and a quick search around, there's nothing left of value here. Any valuable plants in here are withered away. It's just like mulch at this point.
I was just looking for maybe remains that might have anything else, but
no, actually, there'd probably be some like moldering bones in the vicinity of the mantrap that it couldn't digest, but nothing
special.
Yeah.
No metals or anything.
No.
Well, let's
go south then.
Like I say, we never searched this one. We kind of blasted through it, but I don't think there was much to see anyway.
That's where those tri-flower fronds are. Getting close to that one as well.
Too.
Yeah.
We may as well look.
Yeah, it is in a similar state as the northeastern garden. The southeastern garden is kind of like mulch. There's three tri-flower fronds are kind of like lost their luster and kind of like slumped down, and you can see that there's like this faint kind of like wispy gas like rising from the corpses. So getting close might still be an issue, but they definitely seem to be no longer living.
Man, we should have done this first.
Should have killed the boss right away. Mercy gets us nothing.
You guys we should check it. Like, there's nothing. Can we look in it? See if there's anything in it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, similar to the other garden, it's just kind of like there's no longer any worthwhile plants worth harvesting. It's all just kind of mulch.
Right.
Again, some moldering bones, animal carcasses like partially decomposed at the foot of the tri-flowers, but again, nothing that stands out.
Okay, well, we got one. This is the last bit down south.
Yeah.
And then we can head out, basically.
Way down south.
Okay. So, the gap is minor at best. It's not really an obstacle. You can just kind of like hop the gap. It's not even something you really need to jump. The closest areas are only a couple feet apart, so even the least nimble of you, it's very simple to hop or step over. If you head down to the southern, so yeah, it's a dome very similar to the one you guys slept in the previous night. Whatever statue was on top seems to be collapsed off and just kind of like crumbled on the ground in front of it. There is a door similar to the other one you saw. Only one door leading in. The door is kind of like old and like kind of like rotted and pitted like the other one. Probably doesn't look very strong, but yeah.
Well, let's.
I push on it with my glaive.
Okay. The door, it's not really like you push on it, doesn't budge. You want to try to shoulder it or force it open?
Or is it a pull?
Or maybe it's a pull. If you don't, it's not obvious looking at it, but pushing at it with your glaive doesn't really do much. You don't. There's no movement from inside when you push at the glaive, so at least it seems that you haven't awakened what's in there by doing so.
What? There's something in there? No.
I'm not saying there's something in there. I'm just saying you didn't wake up anything if there was. Or did you? You don't know. You didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I'll try to pull. I guess. What the other ones were open to pull, or
The other one you guys like had to like shoulder down the door to get inside.
Yeah.
I'll pull it first, just in case it's a pull instead of a
Yeah.
push.
It is not doesn't budge pulling on it, unless you really reef on it, in which case I'll need a strength check.
Does it? Can I see if there's just like a simple lock or something?
Doesn't seem to be any locks on this side.
Are there hinges on this side? Come on.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
think
it's
I
a
know how
push
to-
door.
Okay. I was like, which way are the hinges going? Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
by a door.
It's like, Corey, I'm opening the goddamn door. Leave me alone. Yes, the door
Alright.
opens without much effort when you push on it.
It's more effort than I put with the
Than your
glaive.
glaive.
Than the glaive, yeah. The door kind of swings open. Inside is a small dome, very similar to the dome you guys slept in. This one is is very clean. Has a little bowl in the center as well. There are, as you open the door, you do see that there is kind of some tiny little like motes of light that are kind of like just kind of like swirling. These three little motes of light just kind of swirling and moving above the dome. When the door swings open fully, you kind of catch that, and they suddenly like stop and just like drop into the dome, and there's just like some flowers in there, seemingly like growing in the dome. Even though there's not really light coming in, there's like flowers growing in the dome, in the little bowl. I mean, in the center.
Did those light motes just become flowers?
That's what it looked like. Or they went
Does-
into the flowers.
Mm.
What kind of flowers are these? Are they anything special or just
Just wildflowers. They don't seem to be
Wildflowers,
super
okay.
special. You've seen other ones like them blooming in the jungle.
Okay.
Alright. If you guys stand back, I'll go investigate it a bit more. Like I'll go at least if anything I'll go in, and if there's something to stir up I'm relatively well off right now.
Yeah, shout if you feel like you're not in control.
Okay. So I will enter, and of course I'll kind of poke around. Oh my God! There's something in here. It sneezed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bowl contains some coins. There are about, just quickly looking at them just in the base of the bowl there. There are 20 gold pieces and about a dozen electrum pieces. Just
Like
kind
an
of
offering bowl, isn't it?
maybe.
Kind of looks.
Yeah, there was some coins in the last one on the other side too, and a potion of healing on the last one. There's no potion in here, but there are some coinage.
Okay, I let everybody know. It seems to be relatively safe in here. Just a few coins.
Okay.
Are you saying that, or are you being controlled?
I feel like I'm being controlled by a powerful being where dice rolls change our outcomes. Like godlike beings.
I would like to go in and give the room a good once over. See if there's any, dude from Yellow Banner was here, or signs of them, or anything of interest.
Search the statue dome area.
Yeah, I just want to search the whole inside and out.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
And I'll be helping just because I'm in here. I'll look in the high spaces. You look in the low places.
Works for me.
Yeah, giving it a very thorough search. You guys digging around. Other than the coins, which I assume you scoop up, because I distributed them already. And don't worry, I removed Baz from the party sheet, so it didn't distribute coins to his character sheet.
That's so sad.
Like he collects the gold still. Like
he still takes his pound of gold. Yeah, searching around, you do find signs that looks like, I I mean, it's old and it doesn't look like it's been disturbed for quite some time. But there's definitely clear signs. There's some like wrapping paper, like similar to what you guys probably have like your rations wrapped in, kind of over in the corner. There's definitely signs there's some old footprints on the ground. It looks like someone at some point may have made camp here. You would also with a 25, you would also find kind of looking around the room that there seems to be a loose kind of flagstone near the the corner. It's a round room near the the edge of the room. Near the corner of the round room. What? No, my brain. Near the edge of the round room, there is a loose flagstone. Uh, it looks like somebody may have hidden something here. You can pull it back pretty easily. It would have been very difficult to find but you guys are like crack investigators here with your 25. You pull.
This is my job. I'm trained to look for these things.
Yeah. Underneath there is
just
just a small kind of like dugout. Maybe like not even half a foot. Yeah, maybe like half a foot, like deep, like kind of like dugout. Like section, maybe like a foot long, the size of a shoebox, kind of, underneath this flagstone. And in there, there is 3 rations, which don't look like they're probably still good to eat. They're kind of slightly soggy and have like maybe a little bit of mold and maybe some bugs on them and stuff. But next to them there's a small kind of like wrapped in like a cloth square object, kind of wrapped in a small strip of like gray cloth, kind of wrapped up.
Before I touch it, I am going to pop detect magic using a spell slot.
Okay.
Just to make sure there's nothing like a glyph or something that will destroy it and me.
Sure. Nothing pings magic.
All right, then I will pull this object out and see what it is.
Okay. You pull it out. It seems to be a
Carefully, of course.
what?
I said carefully, of course. Like, you know,
Sure. You call it. It disintegrates under your rough hands. No.
Of course.
The cloth is just looks like it's a random strip of like blanket or like burlap or something. So that's nothing worthless. You unwrap it and kind of toss that to the side. But underneath there is a very small. It's not even really like a journal. It's kind of like a. It's almost like a small clipboard almost with like a leather cover. It doesn't really have pages like a book. But inside, there is a small like charcoal pencil kind of stuck in the center, and there's about like 3 or 4 kind of sheafs of paper. They're not in the best of shape. There's a little bit of like mildew, and they're kind of like yellowed a bit, and not in the greatest of shape, but they're still legible. A couple of them, they seem to be like charcoal like sketches. Like it's a little sketchbook. 2 of the sketches, there are, the sketches. Sorry, they're all like just sketches on just one side of each of the sheets of paper. There's 4 of them. They do have. It's not so much like writing on them as it is like just like words and like a couple notes and stuff, but nothing like super legible. But what they do say is on the first one, there is a sketch of what looks to be sorry, just to back up one step, they're not super good sketches. Like they're not like they're not like masterpieces. They seem to be like kind of like rough sketches of someone who's got decent artistic ability, but they're not like talented by any means. But enough to understand what they are. It's not like Pictionary where you're like, what the fuck is it, a dog, a goose? It's a goose, right? No. It looks like the first one is it looks like a hooded lantern, kind of sketched out. But there is a face, maybe female, kind of face in the lantern. like where the flame should be, there's a face, and there's like various kind of squiggles that you guess might be an interpretation of someone who doesn't know arcane sigils, interpretation of arcane sigils, because they're definitely not real sigils, but they kind of like that kind of stylized look, like someone was trying to like make it look like it's magic-y, but they're
Okay.
not real runes or anything. So there's that. And underneath it, there's just a question. There's just one word, with like 3 question marks after it, and it just says trust. 3 question marks. The next one seems to be a depiction of perhaps, and just looking at it, you've probably seen enough like journals and parchments and documents and stuff in your time to kind of recognize this. It looks almost like a rubbing of something, like someone like put the paper down and tried to do like a charcoal rubbing. And it seems to be of like some sort of circular disc that has kind of like some runes on it. You could make an Arcana check to see if you can make heads or tails of those runes, but otherwise it's just like a circular disc, maybe about like just like a couple inches wide, like this big. Like yeah, with a 16, they don't look like anything you recognize. Maybe if you had a library to compare them to or try to find something. They're not in a language that you actually know. They don't seem to be letters at all. Like they're some sort of like arcane glyphs, but they don't. It doesn't ping in your mind like, oh, this is a glyph of warding or something. Like you're not really sure what this is. But yeah, some sort of. But it looks like he would have like put the paper down on like a disc of a small disc of some sort, and like rubbed this on. So maybe you're missing some pieces, but you can't quite pick it together with just like looking at it. Underneath that, there's just a quick kind of scribble, and it says, "I will see my sister again."
Oh, you found my journal.
How did you leave it here?
The next one seems to be of. It looks like a. Again, it's rough and not super good, but it looks to be two men. One of which seems you're fairly certain is some sort of like lizard man, perhaps. Maybe a half dragon, maybe a dragonborn. It's really tough to say because it's not that good of a sketch. But he's in armor, with a great sword on his back. Doesn't look like Dragonbait, by the way. He looks bigger, like 6 feet tall, kind of like big. Dragonbait was like dwarf size.
Okay.
But it seems to be standing in front of a carved Tyrannosaurus head with water pouring out of its mouth, and there is a short man, looks like wearing a turban, that seems to be chiseling something in the rock. But it's a very crude image, and underneath it simply says, it simply says, I have to relook at my notes, because I can't remember the name. It says, Seph scolding us again. S-E-P-H, scolding us again. And the last note, it has a scribbled of what looks to be a woman. You're based on contextual clues, lounging on a dais. You assume is Zalkore, although it's a terrible rendition of her. The feathers just kind of make her look kind of like this like fuzzball, like almost like a cousin It, kind of lying on this palanquin. There's a big bird behind him, which you assume is an Eblis, but again, it's a pretty terrible depiction of one. And underneath that, it just says, seemingly crazy, and then underneath that, there's another note, and it just says Oralunga ? And that is it.
Can I hand the arcane rubbing to Jonah? See if he can make heads or tails of it. He's got he knows different magics than me, so maybe he's got an idea of what it might be.
You
Of what the
can
runes might
certainly
be.
try. So you hand it to Jonah.
Yeah.
I do
Sleight of
not-
hand check. You destroy it.
Advantage. Don't worry about it.
Slight.
Oh, because you're exhausted.
Oh,
not bad.
still.
But even so, Jonah, looking at this, maybe it's your grief of losing a close friend. Maybe it's the exhaustion setting in from your ordeal, but you're almost certain that these runes, it looks like a combination lock glyph that your gnomish people would have used back home to like ward their like treasure chambers. That's what it looks like. And it's got an obvious combination to you on it. What it's for or where it's for, no way to tell, but it's definitely what it looks like to you. Which is very odd because it's gnomish make, and why would it be here, and what does that mean? But
Oh, so it's like, okay. So it really is gnomish, not flavor gnomish. Like, interesting.
yeah, it's like the type of thing that your people, being the paranoid survival bunker people that they are,
Okay.
would use to like lock something important away with like a magical glyph. This is like the combination to that, it looks like.
Okay.
So what? Maybe that would explain why this was hidden, because they didn't want someone else to have it. You're not sure, but obviously someone has like a physical disc, or at some point someone took a rubbing of the physical disc. But unfortunately,
Spirit
without more
goes.
context notes, that's make of it what you will.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this is one of the Yellow Banner dudes. Given that one of the pictures has dude chiseling in a rock, in the rock under the dinosaur head where we found Bravis's note. Seems to be depicting that, I think. Seth scolding us. Let me see what the names were. Liz doesn't remember them all. God, that was a long time ago that I found that. I can't remember most of them.
Does this look like a spot that we found with his etchings? Like so it's showing him etching something in. I'm just wondering if it's crude drawing or not, if it looks like that's something here.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the Yellow Banner guy, because Bravis was the one. His note was underneath the head here, right?
The Tyrannosaurus.
And the Tyrannosaurus head. We know Seth is part of it, and they have a dragon. They had a Dragonborn paladin, a Bahamut, with them. Dwarf in the turban was Bravis. So, does that mean the Dragonborn paladin is Seth? I guess so. So I don't know which one this belongs to, but
I would also say it's clear to you that this is different handwriting than the journal you found.
And the last one? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so this is one of the other people, not Devlin, Seth, or Bravis.
Because they were sketching Bravis and Seth.
Yeah, Bravis and Seth. Well, we know the bearded man was, did we... Devlin was the one who wrote the journal, but I don't know which of the ones in the picture he is.
Yeah, you're not sure.
That I found.
Yeah, you're fairly certain who Lord Brixton was in the picture? Or do you know?
Okay. Yeah, Brixton was the bearded man with the yellow flag. There is a human male with lantern. One of the sketches of this is a hood and lantern. So it could be. Does the lantern in the sketch picture look like the bad sketch?
Yeah, if you pull it out to compare, I mean the other sketch is really good. Whoever did the sketch of like the group in the port was really good. Like but so the lantern that the guy's holding in that picture is a very kind of stylized elvish looking, intricately carved with like stylish runes, seemingly emitting some sort of like light. You're not sure what color because it was a black and white sketch, but but yeah, comparing the two, it's close enough that you could assume it's the same lamp.
Okay. And it says trust, so probably not the one holding it. Or maybe, I don't know. But so yeah, maybe
Is that
they
referring to one
obviously
of those faces then that we've seen carved into the walls?
I think the face is in the lantern.
the face I think is in the lantern, and they had the initial sketch done in the port, so it seems like it was before they got here.
Yeah, I mean the
Um,
face is not detailed enough to be able to say that it's one of these stone faces. It looks like a female face, but it's not even like it's kind of a rough sketch. It's like a charcoal sketch of someone who's not very good at drawing. At best, you can't tell race or anything, but it looks feminine feature wise, and it's just like kind of a outline of a face in the lamp itself.
And it's deer. Is it next, like part of the drawing, or is it its own drawing?
it's
On
its own.
It's completely on its own. That's the first page. It has that on it, and then underneath it just says trust in common. 3 question marks at the underneath.
Did we see anything that said anything about trust on any of the inscriptions? Maybe
I don't think
this
so.
is like a clue about something.
I mean, maybe there's something magical about the lantern, and
About the
That is
lantern.
true. Yes.
maybe it was leading them somewhere, and they weren't sure if they should trust it anymore.
Yeah. But it seems they did talk to Zalkore, so it makes it would so maybe it says
And they-
Orlunga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is where where we've been led to head, so all right. Cool. Well, other than the guide, it seems like they made it through here. So yeah, Orlunga seems like the best next. They must have discovered something here that because they were trying to head to Omu, so they must have figured out something here that would point them towards Orlunga instead.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's the same thing where
Yeah. Maybe they
Yeah.
needed the lotus. Orchid.
like the guy, yeah, maybe literally the only way to find Omu is to talk to the guide.
Yeah.
Like it's not just one way. Maybe
I mean,
it's the only way.
It's not. I mean, unless you could talk to someone who like literally lived in Omu at one point.
You mean like the chick we just killed?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was so long ago. Speak with Dead doesn't necessarily. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know this, but it is something if you cast it. If it's hostile, she might not be hostile anymore.
She might not be hostile
neutral.
anymore because we just removed the curse. We just
That might
potentially
work as a
Speak with
Later
Dead.
rat.
Also, you don't actually talk to the physical person spirit. You talk to
the corpse.
the corpse. Oh, I'm just FYI before anybody, just so because I should have mentioned it at the time and I didn't. After Zalkore died, the same thing happened as far as the black kind of spirit leaving her body.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's important to note that did in fact happen after.
What about the other spirit? When he disappeared?
The other spirit just kind of dissipated and disappeared and like faded out.
Okay.
There's
So she was legitimately
alive. She was.
Well, now we know that plants don't have souls.
Other. What about maybe we can get information from with our sending stone about maybe some of those images, like about the lantern. Maybe they.
I mean, why not just bring it to them?
Yeah.
Well, because if we don't go back that way, I don't know if we're going that way
I
or
thought
not.
we were planning to.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I think so, just because it's the next point of call before going north, sort of thing. Like we got to go back north-ish anyway, so it seems like it's like a good stop off, get a good rest before really going into the wild.
I would like to spend another night here personally, because I can probably, if Donna Quinn's gem is nearby, I might be able to locate it.
I love that idea.
I think he would
Actually,
be for that, and I think
yeah.
that's a good idea because I don't really feel like we should head out in the jungle at diminished capacity.
No, I love that. That is brilliant.
Right.
Yeah,
Do
it's
help my-
important. It's 5 miles, so like
No,
that's
this is not a 5-mile one. This is a locate object spell. It's
You're
only
thinking
1,000
of
feet,
Yeah.
but that's a
locate magic
large area.
objects. It's a wizard, a golomancy.
no. I'm talking about the one that you did
No,
when we got.
it's a different spell. Locate
It's a different
plants
spell.
and animals is a different spell. It's much bigger. Yeah. Locate object is closer in, unfortunately, but it's still.
But I mean, if it's in this area,
Still
like
good,
they probably 1,000
Okay.
feet is actually a
Mhm.
lot. of
Yeah.
area.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 1,000 feet covers this entire complex.
And this
so-
isn't a ping. This is actually a duration of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can take a walk around the circumference
You
of the
can
place.
walk around the. You can also walk around the outside, basically, to get. So if they took it like off into the trees, or
Gotcha.
there's a nest just off to the side, or it'll encompass that.
It took me
Okay.
several levels to realize that I could change spells on long rests.
Yeah, that's a
It
new
was a
thing.
normal part of them before, but
Yeah, no, that's a new ranger variant, I believe.
it just makes sense. It's punishing to stick.
Yeah,
Some-
it's 1,000 feet, and then once
A 10
you
minute
get
range.
within 30 feet, no, as long as you have seen it up close within, which you have, you literally
Yeah.
saw it in his hand next to you. So, yeah, you can definitely, it would definitely work with that spell for sure, assuming it's within 1,000 feet.
Well, okay,
You
so
know-
that means we've got all day.
And
Here.
I think we could use this to look further into these. Maybe there's
Yeah.
more to these faces. I don't know. They seem there's something and they're nothing at the same
Well,
time.
yeah, if we're spending the day here, I want to give the whole place a once over again, just to see if there's anything we missed, anything we like. Archie's going to be mapping it, so she's basically going to go around. This is her gathering all the information to get it as right as possible. Now that we've cleared out the threats and we've got the rest of the day, that's how she would spend the rest of her day, is sketching and drawing and
I would
getting the dimensions right and everything. And then
also poking above that crevice hole, just like from above, and look if there's anything interesting down that way. I wouldn't walk into it, but obviously I wouldn't fit. But
Sure.
or
Yeah,
not well.
so yeah.
anyways.
Okay, so the plan is you guys are gonna spend the rest of the day doing that / resting before, because you've accomplished the 3 things you came here for. You've got the lotus, damn it, the orchid. You've got the orchid.
You know,
Why is
it's-
Lotus so much
it's
easier?
Just a lotus
that's
now.
what I said.
It's just
No.
a lotus now.
it's a black orchid. Yeah, you've got the orchid. You've mapped the full place, and you have found whatever, as far as you're aware, since you've been everywhere in here, you found whatever remnants of the yellow banner were here. Those are the 3 things you came for. And
we
as a bonus, you ended the
solved
curse of
the
Zalkore.
queen.
Wow. Without getting the information we needed.
The decoration.
Added to the decoration.
Yeah. Middle of the
That's a
statue.
statue.
Ugh.
2 statues.
Bradley.
Well, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
since we've got all day, just give it an extra once over and map it.
Sure. Is anyone else doing anything over the course of the? I don't know. It's like pretty early still in
Yeah,
the
we
day
just
here.
got up, didn't we?
Like it's like before noon,
Yeah.
so you'd have plenty of time to kind of. I mean, I would say that definitely over the course, just looking around, even from up here, I mean whether it was magical tied to the queen somehow or whatever, the plants definitely you seem to have, as far as you can tell, you've cleared out the threatening plants. The rest of it is still fairly overgrown, but yeah, you can definitely spend the day searching around. I assume you stick together so as not to be ambushed by an assassin vine or something by going off on your own. If there's any assassin ones left, you don't, you know.
One for everyone.
But if you want to just give me just a general investigation check with advantage, whoever's got the highest modifier with advantage, just for your last kind of one over. See if you guys.
Okay.
So you have time to thoroughly search wherever. So let's just see if there's anything you missed. Yeah. As best as you can find, you guys found what's good here as far as like treasure troves and things. You guys were pretty thorough in your searches the first time around in these rooms, so there's not really anything else that you missed. I mean, you're pretty confident by the end of the day, or the time it starts getting dark, that you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
You have mapped the place, so you'd have a map of Zalkore, of Nangalore. So check one for Mr. Guy who wants maps done.
Should I roll to see if it's like really good or?
Well, are you actually crafting the map today, or I thought you'd wait till you got back somewhere safe to do that? You have all your notes.
We have to rest.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it now, sure, go for it.
I mean, what's stopping you from doing it again later?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I can try again later if it looks like shit. I can be like, I want to try that again later. While it's fresh in my mind, I guess I may as well try.
Sure.
So I'd probably have if one of the peoples are walking around with me today, would that give me assistance on it?
Sure. Yeah.
If I'm walking around with them? Okay. It's not generosity, so it's knowledge. Do I actually? Here's the question: do I have any ink left for high quality? I do! Yay! Okay. So it's 3.
So you have
2d6.
knowledge, you have assistance, you have high quality materials.
Yeah. So it'll end up being 5d6 plus 7.
And
My
if you don't have any inspiration, but
sure don't. And I'm just gonna go for it because it's funsies.
Ooh. Well.
it's 20.
Oh, I can negate the other one.
And then you can negate the last. You can do the finishing. Isn't there a finishing touch? No, isn't there a thing? You have the thing that allows you to ignore a single flaw.
Does it ignore it or do I re-roll it?
You re-roll it. It's eidetic. Your eidetic memory is what ignores cosmetic flaws, which is what that one flaw would be.
Yeah. So you would succeed because the 6 cancels the 1. Your eidetic cancels the cosmetic flaw, so you succeed with no flaws with this roll as it sits.
Right, but the finishing touch, I get to re-roll one of the dice, right?
Yeah.
So it may re-roll better, I guess is my.
Sure.
The 1 might re-roll. No, it's the same. So
you re-rolled the 6, right? No.
Oh my god!
You've crafted a poisonous map. Oh god. You crafted a map in the exact likeness of Zalkore's eyes and petrify yourself.
Oh, that'd be funny. All right, so it's a fine map.
Yes, it is a very good map of Nangalore. You are quite proud of your work, and you have crafted it. You have cleared this point of interest, so you are able to, unless there's anything else anybody wants to do over the course of this day / rest.
Yeah. But I'll do it during rest.
Okay.
Also, who's going to make us dinner?
Shit meals from now on.
We've been eating. Yeah.
I will grant you guys a long rest. Aelin, you've still got some wounds on you. Do you want to take care of those?
Excuse me.
Or do you have key or anything left to take care of those before the long rest? I don't know.
I do not before the long rest. No.
Okay. So
I could healing hands for one of them. Give you 6 back,
That's a good point. I could as well.
so you can get
so
12 back.
Yeah.
Do you want to use a hit die for the last 2, or are you good with 50 out of 52? It's up to you. Oh, you know what? Donaquin probably has a spell slot left. He can mend you up. I'm sure
And
he's
then
got.
he'll
I'm
do
sure
that.
he's got like a couple good berries he can hand you, and that'll probably be
Sure.
good. So, we'll say that at the end, but you're guys able to replenish your resources. You sleep here under the stars in the relatively safe garden of Nangalore, now cleared of its cursed denizens. What did you want to do during the rest, Jenna?
Well, first off, I guess I'll take the first watch by myself.
I would,
And
unless you told me you didn't want me to, I would be on first watch with you.
I would. That's fine. We can be on first watch together. That's good.
Actually, now that sorry, it's a good point, Jonah. Now that Baz isn't here, so so the watch order is Archie and Jonah, followed by Aelin alone, and then Blackwind alone, and then Donaquin alone, because you can only double up on one watch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just checking if that order was still good. All right. So during your watch, what do you do, Jonah? What's going on?
I'm just drawing the maps and stuff while I'm doing it.
So you're pretty distracted?
I'm a little bit distracted.
Sure. It's been a long day. I think I could have killed her if I had tried a little bit harder. I could have saved Baz, but I just wasn't quite strong enough. Almost. See how weak she was at the end?
No. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't. I thought we'd. There was so many of them down there. I just didn't think it would. Plus, I don't think Baz would have wanted you to, Jonah. I think Baz is not dead. He is suspended in a state of stone, which protects him. I don't think he would have wanted you to break your honorable code of trying to not kill people.
Yeah, but what if me not killing people gets other people hurt, just like Baz does?
I don't know. I still think it's good to try. Like I don't think it's always gonna hold true, but I think Baz would have wanted you to be true to yourself, and he would have been, breaking that for. I don't know. I think he would have been okay with it.
Maybe. Tell you what. Tonight. Aylin's a crappy cook.
That's true. I don't think he's made much more than simple things. To be fair, I can't cook either. I'm terrible. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know how to cook. I can make rice. Maybe. It might be a little burnt.
It's all right. I'd like your burnt rice.
I can prestidigitation it to taste better.
Do you wanna know a secret?
Yes, please.
And I will take out the stone of smells that I have. And I'll activate it, and it'll smell like Baz's first meal he ever cooked for us.
Archie just starts crying. That's her breaking point.
You can have it. Remind him.
And yeah, she just and she's just like in response to that while she's crying, she's just like, "Can I tell you a secret?"
Yeah.
And as she's sobbing, she's just like, "It's my birthday."
Oh, happy birthday.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
realized that looking at the calendar when it changed it, I'm like, it's Archie's birthday today. Oh God.
Chilled path.
Yep. Happy birthday
Sorry.
to me.
Thanks, Corey. Super sweet. Well played.
It's a good thing it was you talking to her, because I would have went into a speech about birth and death recycle. Not exactly the
She
a
was
good great shoulder.
holding it together so well.
I'm just like,
Until the stone with the smell in it.
Well, happy birthday. I want you to have this
No.
so you can always remember him.
We won't need it
Still,
because
I want you
we're
to
gonna-
look after it. It's a good birthday present.
Okay.
I'll put it in the party sheet. All right. And then at the end of my watch, I'm going to take one of the drugs and I will purposely fail my constitution save right before I go to sleep.
Which what are you taking?
The one we found, the one that makes you, the one she was on.
Oh, one of the dream tinctures.
Dream tinctures.
Sure. And it lasts for like 6 hours, so, or something like that. Lasts for a while.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 4.
Oh yeah, it could last all
Oh,
night.
shit.
Yeah, Archie does
My
not
gosh.
even attempt to.
Well, I will try to hide it, like
Okay.
as I'm going to bed, like as I'm. I don't know if you're. That's why I was wondering if you were distracted. So yeah,
If I wasn't before, I absolutely am now.
Right.
and then I'll go to sleep.
Okay. And so Archie will wake up Ale. Or you guys wake up Aelin for his watch. Anything on anybody else's watches? Or
During mine, I would probably just slip out and spend my watch next to Baz.
leaving your unconscious party alone?
Yep.
Interesting.
And for a brief moment in the 2 hours, I'm going to take my mask off and just while I'm sitting there, kind of cross-legged, meditating next to Baz, I'm going to activate the radiant consumption for a few rounds and then turn it back off. So I'll take a bit more damage, but I can heal it up, or I can figure out with it would be like 5 or 6 points of damage.
Okay. Aelin, while you're out there, how long do you spend out near Baz's corpse?
Whole time.
I mean statue. The whole-
2 hours, whatever the duration.
The whole watch, and then back to
Yep.
wake up Blackland. Okay.
Yep.
Can you give me a perception check while you're there?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Rolling like aces tonight.
You return uneventfully to wake Blackwind.
I'm guessing we're sleeping in the clean one this time instead of the dirty one.
I assumed you would sleep in the cleaner one.
Okay. just
Maybe not.
make sure.
Question. Oh no, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I was just rolling to see if the party was ambushed while Aelin was gone, but seems that everyone's alive when you return. They're not eaten. Okay. Anything else? No.
That for me.
Blackwind, anything on yours?
No,
Or no?
I just I don't do any kind of rite of death because he's not dead.
Fair enough.
He's still there,
He's-
trapped.
He's just being very quiet.
There was no black soul image being swallowed.
Cool. Okay. The day is the 5th day, the 5th of Myrtle, 1504 DR. I don't know what the 4 after that means. Oh, of the 4th era. You awaken to a brand new day, -1, but your tasks here are seemingly complete. You were going to eat that beetle for dinner, but he turned to stone, so you guys will have to mark off rations for yesterday if you hadn't. I don't think we did that yesterday.
Yeah, I already did mine.
Okay.
So.
We didn't. Yeah.
As you get kind of like, you wake up for your day, the temperature, a quick Druidcraft, Don Quinn will be able to tell you that it's going to be normal for the season. Weather today is going to be, that is not the right thing. Hold on. La 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 la. The weather today, there is no rain in the forecast today whatsoever. So it's just a normal clear day for traveling, assuming you're traveling. But as you guys wake up, you pack up all your stuff, put your insect repellent on, I suppose. So if you want to mark off 5 charges of that for the day. And what's the plan, guys?
I
What do you guys
will,
wanna do?
in the morning, perform my spell of locate object to see. It does last 10 minutes as well, so.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. And so you take a 10-minute kind of walkabout to see if you can ping it.
Yep,
Sure.
and it's a range of 1,000 feet, so.
Yeah. Well, as you're walking about, you do get a ping. Actually, it's coming from somewhere near the center of the complex itself. And as you kind of try to triangulate it, because it gives you kind of the direction that it's in, as you kind of get closer, you realize that you had the right idea, Blackwind, when you climbed up the dome in the northwest. That gem is pinging its location like up on the main dome, up near the top. The easiest way that you can see to get up there would be just to kind of probably to go like just up the side, you know where those big faces are. You could climb all the way up there. A fall from that height would be dangerous should you F it up somehow, but it looks doable to you if you wanted to climb up there.
I'll use rope as a safety too as I climb, maybe.
Take your
Give me
time.
or
I can, as long as if I can stay within 60 feet of where you would fall, I can stop you from hitting the ground.
Oh,
So,
like
I will
like
be-
if something
I'm-
goes wrong, you can feather fall him. Is that what you're saying?
Fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Kind
it's-
of wait on the ground and be like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like underneath him, just waiting.
I can,
Just in case.
I can come with you, Blackwind, too, and just give you a bit of support.
Assistance. Okay.
Just in case.
All right. So yeah, if you want to go for it, you can do an athletics with advantage then. Climb up there.
do 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 do.
Oh, perfect. Easy peasy. Yeah, Blackwind, like a monkey, you scale up there super fast, easy. Aelin, I mean, you do it. You're okay.
Better than I usually do.
Yeah, you get up there, and there is basically just kind of like in kind of like this divot kind of section that's kind of partially caved in. There is some, there is some, like looks like some like twigs and like leaves and branches and stuff, kind of like making like a little, almost looks like a little gravy boat, kind of like a little stash. And in there's a fair, there's some stuff. There is the coral gem that Donaquin gave up, is there. That's what's pinging. I think is it on his sheet already?
Yeah, did he remove it?
Coral gemstone, he did. Oh. Whoop. Yeah, so it's like up top, but like up here, kind of like up top of the dome. And so there's a coral gem stone. So I don't know. Will you're gonna bring that back and give it to Donaquin, or are you gonna keep it?
No, I will.
Okay.
I said I would. Well, I messaged him saying that I could do that too. So I just wasn't
asking.
sure if he was actually.
Oh no, sorry, it wasn't there. Anyways, so
Blackwood, no thief.
I'll just put it back to 3.
I'll kill you for that. No.
Because that's worth like 5,000 gold. So I'm just.
I attacked the DM for insulting Blackwood.
Attack the DM. Awesome.
Good luck.
2 Tarrasques tear you apart in a tug of war contest. There is.
I've got immunity to Tarrasque. Sorry. No.
Oh. Well,
Just one of those.
I guess you win.
I fly away and leave Blackwind to his fate.
No, you're dead too. Everybody's dead. Game over. New campaign. Okay. So there is also there is a pouch containing 150 OMP. These things have been hoarding these for a long time.
Wow. Motherload.
There is also a handful of other gold to the tune of about 200 gold pieces as well. I will say, actually, the coinage is probably more like 150 of that, and like 200 of silver, and like maybe 250 copper, and maybe like 30 electrum. Maybe there's like 3 platinum.
We should give items to bad guys all the time to find their treasure chest. Unless
That would be
they
a
put
cool
some kind of
character.
anti-detection, I guess. But Corey's like, anti-detection on everything.
Hey, I didn't know if you were gonna find. I mean, that's not an easy thing to find here. Unless you just decide I'm gonna go up to the roof specifically in this corner and search. It's very difficult to find the
climbing
endless
around
little
too.
horde.
And finding it.
So yeah, a bunch of coins. I've distributed them across the party already. Somebody marked down 3 platinum, or 3 people. I can't split it, but there's 3 platinum pieces as well. So mark that.
I'll just mark them on mine for now.
Oh, Lisa's stealing the gold.
She's actually paid like for the a lot of stuff too. So I think that kind of works.
Well,
I'm hoping to.
Candlekeep is paid for a lot of stuff.
You
Well,
know.
the school or whatever paid for it, but
yeah. But yeah, a bunch of stuff. The other stuff that you handed isn't there though. The gemstone and like the coins are there. What they did with the rest of it, I don't know. What else? What else did you guys give them? I can't remember.
Perfume,
Flower, yeah, perfume.
Yeah, the perfume, the other flower, that stuff's not there. What they did with that, if they did anything with it, you're not sure.
I think there was some kind of trinket or 2 as well, but I don't remember.
I feel like
anything that had to be probably minimum like 50 gold to really get their attention. But I'll just kind of scan around for signs of maybe similar types of nest type things in the.
I mean, don't push your luck, Ryan. There's no more treasure here. I'm just kidding. No, there isn't anything else that you can see.
Not necessarily the treasure, just the stuff that we gave away.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No.
But anyway,
can we see the tops of the other dome structures from here?
From up here, yeah. This is the highest point, so you can see the whole layout, the whole thing.
Are there nests on any of those?
Make perception checks.
Just with advantage, or if I. we're working together.
Well, you can
Would
either
that
do
be
them
cool?
separately or one roll with advantage. Your choice.
Well, we're both equally good at it, I guess.
Are you proficient?
I'm proficient.
I'm not. So you're better.
I have +5. So. Okay,
Go
so
for
with
it.
advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Corey's like, "You
Nothing
find
that
the
looks
thing."
like it's worth investigating.
Yeah. It's tough to
should-
tell too. It's probably camouflaged, if it is anything, which would make it tougher. But
We should climb up them just to be sure.
So the party
Eh.
spends the rest of the day
Baz
climbing
would want
domes.
that.
Baz would want that.
See if
He
we
would
can find
want
any
us
eggs.
to climb these domes.
Maybe they have a nest of eggs that we can cook for breakfast.
This is now the party's like trump card when it comes to deciding on something. Well, I think Baz would really want to do this. Like, well, shit, we can't argue with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Maybe it's something rare that we can use to buy that scroll.
short of casting it again, I could cast detect item or locate item again on the perfume if I wanted to, but I'm not that attached to the perfume. It could locate more objects, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, if there's not anything else that anybody is just really needed for it,
I'd rather keep my second or my last
Yeah.
second level spell for it to pass without trace. Just in
yeah,
case.
I didn't realize that Donnaquin's gem was worth so much.
It's not worth 5k.
Oh,
I mean,
Or
sorry, that
50K.
was just me being facetious. No, the gem though, Alan, looking at it, because I don't think you've really had a good look at these gems before. They are very intricately carved, kind of like bluish, kind of like crystal, but it almost looks like it's made of coral. Like it's a very beautiful carved gem. You would estimate it, although it's a pretty foreign substance to you, you would estimate it probably worth about 80 gold.
It's his family jewels. Oh my god, we're handling his family jewels.
But you've not seen its like before. Like it's definitely not something you've ever seen at like a jewel market or anything.
yeah.
I think you mentioned it was religious. More,
Yeah. Well, Donnaquin
more
said it was very important to him.
Very important.
or yeah. So that in itself makes it 50,000 gold pieces to him.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give a shit about my silver flame pendant.
Yeah.
You went and got
What's
that
that
again
for
right after
again?
they threw.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I went and picked it up off of the ground.
All right.
Thick
Well,
and
let's
bird.
return to everybody and make sure that Donnaquin gets his.
Yep.
So I have a couple things in the morning. First, see what Archie's doing.
I was waiting for one of them to fall.
Oh,
She was
whole
literally
time they're
standing down
standing
below, like readying her
Okay.
reaction to featherfall them.
I say
Okay,
they're
let's
just
come
standing
down on
there.
the
We're
other
not
come
side.
around
losing
the
another
corner,
person to this.
see Archie's dad, just
We'll
walk
try-
walk back.
Let's stuff a shirt and then drop it.
You guys are just chatting, walking around,
Oh,
la
wait,
la la. She's like sweating. She's like,
How high is the dome? Like, how high would the fall be if we'd slipped?
Pretty high.
Pretty high, yeah. It's the
30,000.
highest point from up there. I'm just trying to see if I can actually. Sorry.
25 feet. No.
Yeah, 25.
It's very high.
Okay. It is so to the furthest you could fall would probably be from on this corner. If you really effed it up, you could fall all the way down to the trench by the Tyrannosaurus mouth, I suppose. So if you, assuming that's the furthest you could fall, that would be 30, 50. That would be like 180 feet or so. From the
I'd be
top,
fine.
from, I'd be fine.
I mean,
The
I
wa-
would.
The
Actually,
water
yeah,
would break
that's
our
true.
fall.
Monk would break his fall.
I would. It would hurt, but I would be okay.
So I'm going to engineer a bag of holding, basically, a little
Ooh.
portable collection device.
Okay.
As
Love
one
it.
of my things. And then I'd also go up to Aelin and be like, I think we need to get stronger so we can protect each other. you were in second, I guess now first place of the non-lethal contest. So it means you get a free magic item. Woo.
I feel like it's a little less celebratory now.
I'm just trying to put on a brave face for you.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
Do you want boots that will let you I don't know how to put this in D&D speak, so we'll just bonus action to teleport you to an unoccupied space within 15 feet that you've previously traveled in the same turn,
So you can bounce you back.
or
Rubber band effect.
I can give you the radiant weapon, which I gave Baz, which is a magic weapon that grants +1 bonus. It's a +1 weapon. It sheds bright light and has 4 chargers where you can, as a reaction, cause the enemy to be blinded.
You could
I don't know if they'll
blind
fit on your gloves, but they have to go on a
I-
non-magic thing.
There was one attack that I think I might have been able to use it on, and I forgot. But the second time, I did think about it, but I specifically needed to save my reaction because I knew I wanted to try the stone rune,
Mm-hmm.
which uses my reaction.
Can you put that on this rain stick though, or does it have to be a non?
No, because the rain stick is magic. Yeah.
Right. So it'd have to be.
It would have to be on like my fist weapon or something. Not my fist, but my fist weapon. You know, I feel like Baz earned the radiant weapon. I think that should stay. I mean, those boots. If you can, whatever you can do to my boots sounds pretty cool.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to walk around bare feet for the rest of the day, but I got you.
Oh. Well, I suppose I've had to endure worse.
Yeah. And I will give you these as soon as I create that in just a moment, but I'll put in party inventory. Boots of the Winding Path.
Cool.
They do sound bunk-like.
Yeah. Just like bounce back.
It's your tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be good for, you could bounce, hit something, and then bonus action back out of melee range so you won't get hit back.
Yeah, it's like a free disengage kind of thing, sort of. It's not
Yeah.
really, but sort of.
Bonus action.
And yeah, it's a bonus action. It has to be a spot you've previously been in the same turn.
Yeah, that's why it's like tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's neat. I like it.
Hey, does it work? Oh no, I guess you can't use that as a reaction. Never mind. I was gonna say if you're falling, yeah, back up to the top. I don't know. Maybe you're falling. Anyways, okay, cool. Anything else this morning?
I'm just chilling.
I hate shit.
Yeah.
As just rocking out.
So maybe, what we'll do then? Sorry, I should let you guys answer. Anything else this morning?
No.
No.
See, the snakes would have kept all the birds off of Baz too, probably. Now there's gonna be bird poop all over them.
Well, yeah, they're gonna specifically target it.
No, they won't.
Birds love statues.
No, Christopher and Woody will take care of Baz.
Oh, that's right. You left the
Yes, they will.
two ferns between two ferns.
The sights they'll see over the however long. Okay.
And then you've created a new boss.
So, you guys, having accomplished your goals, recovered Donnaquin's gemstone, you are out in the middle of Chult. Not in the middle. You're not too far from the River Ocean Star. That's not the River Ocean Star. The River Tariki? No, that's not it either.
Olun.
Olung, thank you. You're near there. What do you guys want to do? You gonna delve forward into the unknown? You gonna head back? You gonna head to the bay? You gonna go back to Kir Sabal? I mean,
the orchid.
Huh? What was that, Ryan?
It might be pertinent to return the orchid.
No,
We
the
have-
orchid is ours.
Yeah, we have to bring the orchid to Orlunga.
That's how
Oh,
we.
I thought we had to
That's
give
how
it
we.
to her.
No, that's how we get our granted an audience with the guide that we
The
want to see.
Guardians of
the
Orlando.
guardian. So
Okay.
we've got. I think we may as well go up this river. So basically, we want to get back to port, right? That's our destination, correct?
Yeah.
That's our
ultimately.
ultimately.
We don't have a location per se yet. Or
Well, we know where Orlunga is, but the easiest way to get there is to go back to port and then go down the river to Riki. or
Ocean Star. So, do we want to go back up the river to Riki? We want to go up the river to Riki to get back to port, right? Because otherwise, it's either cut a long way through undead territory or go around the coast, which are both not great. So if we're going up the river to Riki, we may as well hit up the things that are along the river to Riki as we're going, right?
Yeah.
So like Jonah has you got that map that shows the bones of the dragon. We could check that out. Firefinger is there if we wanted to. The Grung village is also as well at the bottom, and we those are marked on the map.
Yeah.
So
and
like those are the three.
remember from the scouting that you were given, they marked you where the danger, like heavy undead infestation starts. They marked those pins on your map, so you know roughly how far you can go without getting into like really bad undead territory, roughly.
Yeah,
Right?
so I think like if we were to take this river north and then cut this way, right? That gets us to that's where the Grung place is. Or we can go a little bit higher right before Ataz Muhaha, and we could cut in we could cut in like this way to go straight to Firefinger if we wanted to skip the Grungs.
other than our friend that we've met, though, would us approaching the Grung village, how would they
Well,
react to it?
yeah, I'm not sure we really. So we know they were working for the Venom Queen who we killed. That's where we teleported in and killed her. But they were being influenced by her. We know they were holding Chultans, and like enslaving them. So we could, try and save them if the Grungs are still under her influence.
I
We
would
don't
say
really.
at least a direction to go.
Or if, like I say, or if we don't think that's something we want to do right now, we could, because technically we could teleport there later. That's where the thing in port, the teleportation thing, that's where
No.
It
wasn't.
Belobo is marked. It's at near the mouth of the River Tariki, where you teleported to. Like near the bay, near the port. It's marked on your map where Belobo is, where you teleported to.
Oh, then what is the Grunglung? I thought that was the Grung place.
That is.
Weren't they under her? Weren't they working for her?
Well, the place that's closest to where you guys are now, the Dungrunglung, that is the largest Grung settlement that the Aarakocra know of in Chult, at the base of the Tariki River. Whether they are involved with the same Grungs that were working with the Venom Queen at the other end of the Tariki River is unknown. They could definitely be ferrying things up and down the river. Who knows?
I thought that's where Wadumu was from. Was that one? But he was from Belobo, much closer. Okay.
Yeah, his people were in and around Belobo. Whether they're related, they're the same tribe. Whether it's one big thing, but Dungrunglung is like the biggest, the closest and biggest that the Aarakocra know of. And the Aarakocra did tell you a little bit about them. I think if you click the pin, there's a little bit of information there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
according
don't
to
think
the
we
monks
went
of Kir
over.
Sabal, this is the homeland of the largest concentration of grung in the area, near a large wetland and at the mouth of the Cherokee River, which originates underground. So if you were trying to find the Cherokee River where it originates, you could go there and then travel from the river north upwards from there. But either way, yeah. Whether there's anything to do there, who knows?
Yeah. Is Firefinger? I know it's at the top of a thing, but is it by the Cherokee River as well?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is. Okay.
Azaka told you Firefinger was kind of near the banks of the, like you can easily see it from the Cherokee
Gotcha.
River. So
From
it's
the
very,
river. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's like a very thin kind of like spire, not like Kir Sabal.
Spindly
It's
spire.
very tall, like Mbala. Kir Sabal. It's not quite as big as either, but it's a very thin spire, like a what's it called, a butt, a butte.
Okay.
But
But
Schultz got butt.
Uh, okay. So technically speaking, if we wanted to just, we could, like, we know the Cherokee River goes that way, so we could head towards Fire. Like, if we wanted to skip the Grungs, if we have no reason to go there, we can just skip straight towards Firefinger and then follow the river up, hit up the bones on the way north, and kind of just like go faster by skipping those two things for instead of stopping when we don't really need to. Like,
As traveling far as it goes, let's make a basic plan of just saying we'll go that way for like you're saying, but let's not plan too far ahead because who knows what will interfere with us on our way.
yeah.
We know
yeah,
where we're
like
going ultimately.
I think that I would go that. I would go up the river here and then split off so we come like north of the Grungs because the river goes north from there. So we're gonna hit it if we can go that direction. We're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
So
If we go
yeah.
south of it, we'll miss the river completely.
So
I'm okay with it.
so step one, are you guys planning on heading, like stopping back at Kir Sabal, or just take the river and just go
I think
straight
it would
back
be
to
wise
port?
to maybe
Yes,
we
it's
might need a
wise.
couple new supplies, and possibly. But we
Plus,
A night's rest.
maybe they know of somebody who could do magic like that. Who knows? It doesn't
Jonah
hurt to
does
ask.
have an injury, a lingering injury as well.
That would take a lot longer to heal.
Extended rest. Yeah.
But like I say, maybe
Okay,
they have.
but
maybe they
either
know
way,
that.
you guys can go all the way to like here anyways before having to make a decision whether you peel off, right? And remember, you have the travel boon now, so you move 3 on a river and 2 outside the river. So Kir Sabal is now only a single day travel from the river to Kir Sabal now,
Wow.
not 2. So you
Yeah.
That would be a good travel point then. Just safety.
it is technically 2 extra days of travel, but because you leave the river and go back, but it's not like it's like a week out of your way anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so is the plan then to head just north to the river?
I think the way
From
we
here?
came was safer. It was like
Yeah, which would
more
be like here,
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you could follow along from there. Okay, is that
Okay.
your guys' plan then?
I think
I
so.
think
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah.
Back to Kir Sabal, and then we'll check in with them, then head north again.
That's right. Firefinger is where we can possibly find the mask.
Yeah, Azaka had asked you if at all possible, and
Initially.
that also clears her debt entirely. By the time when you get back to the port, is by depositing the mask, you can get your money back, and so that you can get that money back from paying her to get you there.
Oh, I thought she was just gonna do that anyway.
Well,
She
yeah,
still
but she
earns
said
some
if you get the mask, because she's at Kir Sabal with one leg, right? If you get the
Right.
mask, she said bring the mask and just bring it to the bank, and she's left instructions there that if you guys do that and give them the mask, you'll be able to get that money back.
Gotcha.
That it was kind of just in case something happened to her, that deal was still in place, and the bank knows about that. So she told you
Okay.
if she wasn't with you and you got the mask, that's a way that you can still get your money back.
Okay.
I know it's not a lot of money, but it's like 150 gold, right? So
Yeah, no, it's a significant amount of gold.
yeah. Okay. So let's see if you guys die in the jungle before any of this comes to fruition. So
Yay!
there's only 5 of you now. So step 1, I suppose, would be, according to our traveling exploration rules. So we've got a direction of travel. I know which way you're going.
Survival. I'm good at places I've been at
You
before.
get advantage, right?
Now you have. Aelin has the travel boon. You can move
Yep.
fast paced with no penalty
Yep.
until the 7th, I think.
Yeah.
Until it ends at the end of the day on the 6th.
Right. So there's no downside to traveling fast. So which means
Punch it, Chewie.
which means you will go one. Wait. Does it mean you'll automatically go 3 hexes then?
Well, we
Well,
already do
but we're
3 in the river.
on the river.
I think it gives you an
Right,
extra
but you
hex.
but you're traveling. Yeah, you're right. You're right because you got here by canoe. I said they connected, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, so you move 4. So if you move fast paced, which you can, you'll move 4 hexes. You'll end at the end of the day. You'll be here, right?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that'll take you a single day to get there. That's pretty good.
Row your boat into the stream.
Okay, so choose roles for each party member. So who's navigating?
That would be me because this is a cakewalk for where I.
Yeah, and you get advantage because you've already been in these hexes. So okay, so you're navigating. Um, okay, who is? Oh, so Archie, you can map out by yourself. Is anybody scouting?
I will scout for hazards because I have advantage.
Okay.
From the boon.
Okay. Anybody else scouting for anything else? Point of interest or otherwise?
Donnequin might, or would defend be a wisdom? That's usually a wisdom perception, right?
Defending is
Perception.
wisdom perception. So if
Is
we
Sean
want,
back?
I don't know if he's back.
Oh, he is back. I see the top of his head.
Just sat down.
So, well, is any? I guess the next question. Well, why don't you guys just tell me? So Blackwind is navigating with advantage. Aelin's looking for other hazards.
Hazards. Yep.
Archie, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm usually helping somebody.
Okay. Jonah, what are you doing?
I guess foraging for food now? Do we need food?
I think we're pretty good on food. I am.
All right, then I will look for a plant. We're in the
You're in
riverways.
light jungle or waterways. Either one.
I'll look for Ryath root.
Okay. All
Um,
right. We'll say
I lied.
Okay.
Manga leaves. Let's get some healing.
Manga leaves. Okay. And we'll say that Donnequin is going to defend, or should he help someone?
Sean's here, I think.
I know
can
he
actually
he messaged me. He says he can't come back to play. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Why doesn't he defend with my help?
Sounds good.
Okay. Sure.
Because it's a wisdom check, which I know he's okay at, even if he's not proficient. He's better than me, so
Okay. Sure.
we'll work together.
Sounds good. So you guys already put your insect repellent on. So let's do the navigation check first. See if you get lost.
Navigation time to come on. This is secret, isn't it? Right. We'll drop her in there.
Okay. Sounds good. And then let's do the scouting.
Yep.
Almost curious.
Okay. Let's do the defending.
Perception with advantage.
Yeah. Oh, why did everything close? Literally everything of mine just closed. Not all my programs, but like all my fantasy run stuff is closed, gone. Advantage. skills. Okay, cool. And then foragings. Jonah, you're the last one up. You're foraging for manga leaves. Nicely done.
Nice.
So manga leaves is DC 20, which you hit. And you rolled a 4, so you get maximum dosage. Good stuff. All right. So nobody foraged for food. I guess I should see if anything ambushes you or anything. That would probably be a good thing for me to figure out. Okay. Huh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys don't encounter any significant challenges over the course of the day. You make your way back to the river in short order, guided by the Chwinga magic that's infusing you, Aelin. You manage to dodge any and all pitfalls and easily find your way back to the river, and by the end of the day, you find yourself much closer to the monastery than when you started. There is no rain today, but you're near water, so you can just boil it and stuff. However, you will need to mark off food for today. 5 rations, because nobody foraged for food.
Yep.
Will anybody want to do anything? Nobody's really hurt or anything?
Does anybody want me to carry anything? I got this new bag.
Does it hold a lot?
It holds a
bigger on
whole
the
bunch.
inside.
Look, and I'll walk into it.
Oh God.
Ah,
Too
Throw a
easy
black
kills.
hole into it.
No, Jonah just climbs in the bag. Because he's not on the plane, his magic ceases to function. Just bag flops to the ground. Jonah's never seen again. What just happened? Oh God.
No, Jonah, you're so young. Don't do it.
I think now there's rules for like that it persists for like 1d4 days after my demise.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have enough time to. No,
All
I
right.
could take some heavy stuff.
I mean, you can take like the tent and
Sure.
stuff.
The water
Gerald's
catchers.
Can you take Gerald?
Oh.
Yes, Gerald, walk in.
got
Does the water catchers fit in the opening?
Yeah, it's 2 feet wide, so it's pretty big. So yeah,
2 feet
Yeah,
wide.
sure.
Yeah, they would fit because you can just put them in lengthways.
Oh, when we got to the river, we used the fancy boat.
Yeah.
Our new
But
magical
then what do we
boat.
do with our canoes?
tie him to the
We-
back.
Tie it to the back.
Turn-
We
Sure,
still
that
need
boat.
like the canoe version is it's only yay big, so we still need at least one of our canoes.
Yeah, it's only 4 creatures comfortably.
Yeah.
We'll turn that boat into a ship.
So I imagine you guys would split like 2 by 2, right, in your canoes?
Yeah, 3
All
and
right.
2.
I'll walk into the bag
Well, no,
again.
you have 3 canoes.
Oh.
Yeah, if there were 6 of us.
But there isn't.
Well, there's Jared.
Well, there's Gerald. Me and Gerald can.
I feel like. Anyways, it's fine.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, I'll let you
We got-
guys figure out inventory stuff. You want to move stuff around, you do that. You can do that yourselves in the background.
I'm fine with what I
Anything you want to give to Jonah's bag, just drop in the party sheet. So, and he can take it from there. All right. Well, the 6th day of Myrtul comes, and today is going to be hellstorms all day. No, I'm just kidding. It is going to be normal for the season in temperature, and it's going to be cockdie, no rain again. But you're on a river, so you'll be okay.
Good.
So you still have the charm all day today, so you will be able to move quickly and get to Kir Sabal today.
Yep.
So it's just 1 day of travel. Anybody changing the rolls? I would say, Jonah, if you want, if you're foraging again, you could also do like rocky terrain, because at least part of the day, at least a third of the day, you'll be in like rocky terrain hills. So you can choose either waterway, light jungle, or rocky terrain today.
If we can do hills, I'll look for the sulfur shelf mushrooms. Okay.
Oh, sure.
That's mountains and hills, ones that resist fire for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can indeed. Okay. Anybody changing their role?
I will stick with mine for now and
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
take
Let-
advantage of this advantage.
Wow, are we gonna get the entire journey of Nangalore to Kir Sabal done in like 10 minutes? Talk about burning through. I guess the travel boon helps tremendously in closing this gap. But okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. If nobody's changing anything, let's do a navigation roll. It worked yesterday. Oh shit. Okay. Let's do scouting for hazards. Okay. Let's do a defense roll. I'll roll it if and when it's relevant, if there's an encounter that comes up. And let's do the foraging roll.
That should have been an advantage. Oh,
That's the
Never
Oh,
mind.
right. And,
You rolled a D3.
17 sulfur shelf is
Nope. 18.
Yes.
is 18.
Oh.
Shit.
and for it today. That's better.
There's items in the party inventory to put in a bag o' holding. A bag o' doom.
Thing. Ooh. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. You guys there?
Shortcut view mode. Oh, it gets rid of all the pins. You don't have to look at all the pins if you don't want to.
Gotta be like that, computer. Work!
Why do you
Okay.
gotta be so complicated?
Alright.
Archie,
Oh, John froze.
people.
Oh, he's back.
Can Gerald apply potions to people?
I think so.
Yeah, you'd have to command him to do so, but yes, he can.
Yeah, I could command him to do so.
I have this healing potion that'll be good for a while. Not forever, but for a while. It's one of my experimental elixirs. You want to give it to him so that he can run and give it to somebody if somebody gets knocked down?
Sure. Yeah, I can do
And he'll
that.
get up again, because you can never keep him down.
Yeah.
Unless you blow them up.
As
Give
you
him-
go... Sorry, what?
I was saying I can give him a little waist pouch for a potion. Gerald.
Cool. As you, sorry, quick point of order. You can't put a glaive in a bag of holding. It's
Oh, you
piercing.
can't?
Oh.
I thought.
No, it'll pierce the bag from the inside.
Oh, you
can't-
could wrap the blade. Just
You have
saying.
something to wrap the blade with?
Sure.
What is it?
Leaves, branches. My bedroll between sleeps.
Okay, I'll allow it if you give him your
I'm
bedroll.
just like it's not that hard to wrap a blade. You can make
Roll,
Should-
roll a
shouldn't have
survival
left-
check or potentially pierce the bag.
Shouldn't have left as his bedroll.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
there's things. I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking for a survival check to properly protect your weapon.
I stick it in a corpse and then throw it in.
Corpse and all. like a big corpsicle.
Oh,
Uh,
jeez, that would be horrible. Bring
Goblin
me
on
my
stick.
glaive.
So you guys, As night begins to fall, as you see the bluffs of Kir Sabal coming into sight, a terrible cry in the sky pierces the otherwise serene jungle. You see dark shapes wheeling about overhead. They're not near Kir Sabal, but they're around the mountain passes leading up to it. You recognize them as terrafolk. There looks like there's about 4 of them that you can see wheeling around. Aelin, luckily, you you were scouting for hazards up ahead, so you are able to see these terrafolk. There is a way around them if you want to try to sneak by. It would take you into slightly more rugged and hazardous terrain that's a little less easy going. So there could be a downside to doing that.
Would a hour of traveling with Pass Without Trace potentially get us by them?
Yeah, if you want to cast Pass Without Trace, you could probably just sneak right on by. So those, yeah, you have options. What do you want to do as you tell the party what you saw? They seem to be watching the passes for travelers to try to ambush them, but you saw them first. So
Jerks.
I thought we committed Terrafolk genocide earlier.
Not completely.
you
There's
killed
lots of them.
like 6 of them in Nimbala.
Yeah,
Not exactly clearing the
That
continent.
was the last of them.
That's all of
They're
them,
like
right?
flying rats.
They're extinct.
Yeah, that's it.
Do we want to just try and sneak by?
I mean,
Or
Yeah.
Pass Without Trace gives us a really good boon
Plus
to do
10,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd really have to tank it, which is possible, but
Yeah, just
We don't have
so
any
the options
disadvantage.
are just confront them head on. There's no way you can go the route you're going on, not sneaking, that they wouldn't see you. If you could sneak normally and try to get past them, you could pass without trace and try to sneak past them, or you could take an alternate route that potentially could have dangers of its own. What would you like to do?
I say we either sneak or fight.
they sneak.
Sneak. Pass without trace.
We can
I mean,
attempt to sneak.
If that
fails,
fails,
right?
then yeah.
Yeah, I think Baz would want to go the other route. No, I'm just kidding.
Baz would
Okay,
have wanted us
so
to
Blackwin,
explore.
you cast pass without trace on the party to
Without
give
taste.
pass
Taste.
without taste. Sorry.
We're gonna walk through here, but we're gonna be really obnoxious.
That's the exact opposite of Pass Without Trace.
Like, jeez, these guys have no taste.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody
now that
remembers us.
now that
Like,
Baz is gone,
people that didn't
No
even see us
disadvantage.
know about us.
no taste.
All right. Well, plus 10. It's group stealth check. You can cover the whole party with pass without taste. So.
Yeah, as long as they're within the
That is what it's going to be called from now on.
when we fail
22.
our stealth.
As long as Baz isn't here,
29.
it'll be pass without taste.
19. 13. Jonah with a nat
Oh.
1. Blackwin with a 33. I think that's the highest skill check we've seen this campaign.
I will be a ghost.
I don't think I can even if I nat 20 it, I don't think their perception is good enough. I don't think. Yeah, no. Yeah, you guys pass like ninjas in the night.
Or the day.
The magic of Blackwind's spell kind of camouflages you against the rock, and although the Terrafolk have keen eyes even in the dark, you're able to pass them and make your way to the steps below Kir Sabal, where the little steppy thing is and the horn is. There's several hours after you pass these guys. You can camp at the base, or you can blow the horn and go up. I don't know. Do you want to blow the horn? The monastery is relatively quiet. In the dark, you can't really see any of the Aarakocra in the dark that far up, but the horn's still there, intact.
Blow the horn.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind sleeping somewhere a little more comfortable.
It's the doorbell.
Yeah.
It's within like decent Like, it's not undecent hours.
Yeah, it's
Be
like
nice to
it's like
see
after
friends.
dark, but it's like early evening still. So
Yeah. So we'll blow.
okay, auga. The there is a burst of light and a glowing form descends. You recognize it as Tybalt. I almost forgot his name. And a contingent of Aarakocra warriors. They recognize you, of course, and he lands and he says, "Ah, you return so soon. Your journey." And then he kind of pauses and he's like, "You're." He kind of like looks around the grove in the outskirts of the trees. He's like, "Your Loxodon companion, Baz. He's not with you."
Wait, we forgot him. No, Kevin. Yeah, we just sigh, or I just sigh, anyways.
He won't be joining us tonight. We can tell you more once we're up top.
He gets a kind of solemn look on his face, and he mutters under his breath. It's like, the night is dark and full of shadow. And then he says, "Well, you are welcome as always. Come." And then he invokes his kind of like throat singing and summons the elemental to ferry you up to the terraces of Kir Sabal.
So cool.
You guys okay if we end here? I know it's a little early, but I kind of want to think about a couple things before we get into anything here at Kir Sabal.
I think it's a good point.
And it's a good
Sure.
stopping point. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be like some jungle travel rolls. But there might be some RP stuff here, and I just feel like maybe this is a good stopping point for tonight.
I think it gives
Sure.
possibly a really good
Yeah.
opportunity to like for Brad if he gets
Well,
his character together.
yeah, that's my other thing is Brad, if you're what you want to do. So why don't we do our quick
Brad,
round
make-
table, and then why don't we just discuss, Brad, what you're thinking as far as going forward, because it might be a while before Baz can be rescued.
Brad, you got to play an Aarakocra now.
Well, way to spoil it. That's
Corey, Corey loves Aarakocra.
Aarakocra is on the next.
Is it
No,
still? You
it is-
said eventually that it would be fine.
It's on the document.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's listed as a viable option. They just don't have a fly speed.
Yeah, that's what. Aarakocra, gain a once per rest slow fall glide that lasts a minute. Basically, it's a feather fall. Activate as a reaction or a bonus action. So they get a free feather fall instead of a fly speed. And
Can their land ground movement be 30 feet instead of 25?
Yes, that would be fine. I'd be okay with that as well.
Because that's the thing. Their ground speed is less because they normally have the fly speed. It's the trade off.
Yeah.
So I should get a fly speed then.
Yeah. Well, gnomes get other good stuff though, like that gnome cunning that always comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
They get to be the cute ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, maybe we'll talk about this first. So, Brad, I don't know what you were thinking for backup character. I don't need to know all the details right now. You can just let me know.
I have no details. I have nothing other than I figured, depending on what y'all did tonight, if you're just like, screw Kir Sabal, and then or if you guys said, okay, we are just going to, beeline it towards Port Niantar. We're not stopping anywhere. Maybe Corey says, you know what? Fine. Well, it's just montage. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You make it, and then So I didn't know.
Montage back to the port, sort of thing, just to get us
I
there.
wasn't sure how you were going to play out the rest of the session, so I didn't want to make any specific things. But I figured that I have enjoyed playing non-human oid or whatever normal, quote unquote, looking races.
And also, just in case, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with Aarakocra if you want. However, Kir Sabal is also known as like a sanctuary for travelers. They allow
Sure,
others, so whatever you
Oh,
want to
no.
play can be here in Kir Sabal when you get here. So.
I know. I figured, but I have a very a loose outline for an idea for a character that I think would work as an Aarakocra.
Okay. It also gives you a bit of a tie to the party and the queen and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's some background stuff there that you can easily work in. So,
Right.
okay, we'll think about what exactly you want to play and what type and everything, and just let me know if there's anything crazy that you want me to, that's not already taken care of in our document, character creation wise, and let me know. That if you want me to clear anything or if there's any homebrew stuff you're thinking of or
Totally.
whatever.
I'm gonna spend some time, think about stuff, think about a person rather than a race and
Stat block.
class.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you can come up with a real person with some motivations that make sense, that would be great. Okay, well, we will wrap up here. So let's do just our quick round table. We'll start with Sean. I know he really enjoyed this session. He messaged me a couple times about some things. He got his gem back, so yeah, good, great. Why don't we go to I don't know, John? Why don't you go next or first? I mean.
Well, Big Thorn with my BFF dying, so or not dying.
Yeah, he's not
became
dead.
dead,
Not dead.
which way worse.
I don't know.
He's 20,000 pounds. It's like I can take it back a holding, and that won't hold like his head.
Baz is a 14-foot,
I'm just
20,000
saying,
pound statue.
of all the ways to exit even temporarily a campaign, being turned into a fucking enormous statue that random travelers are going to come across and be like, whoa, what the hell? I think it's pretty sweet.
So, yeah. I thought the fight, the fight was, I think, as we all saw, pretty dangerous. So that was interesting. There's some good role playing afterwards. So I'm interested to see where we go. Also, not only as a narrative, but also as just sort of a play group. So, if Brad rolls a new character, then do we really need to push hard to restore Baz? Does Brad want to go back to Baz?
The way that I'm thinking about it is sort of a little bit like a oh god, why can't I think of his name? Sam's second character.
Terry.
So Terry. So as sort of like a
intermediate.
Yeah, a seasonal thing. Like
Sure.
he gets a bit of an arc, but who knows? Maybe I fall in love with this new character, and
or maybe the solution to getting Baz, we might not be able to find somebody who can cast the spell. We might have to wait until Donaquin can naturally cast it, which is which is three full levels away.
Yeah, I will definitely say this. I don't necessarily love the idea of turning the game into let's fix Baz.
But at the same time, like, say we do have, or somebody can cast it, but it's going to cost us 5,000 gold. We're nowhere near that. We'd have to do other stuff to get that anyway.
Sure.
Or maybe the person who can cast it is somehow tied into our next
storyline.
Like, I've heard of a great sorcerer.
Like, the Guardian.
There are some great sorcerers that we've met that could be in various places that just happen to tie into where we're going.
I'm just saying,
because there isn't a time limit either, but at the same time, like, either we're there or we're not at the same time.
Yeah. I fixed it, Liz. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm saying, just as a general note to everybody, like, I understand that, like, maybe from an RP standpoint, certain characters might be one of like, no, that this has to be top priority. But from a game standpoint, I don't necessarily want it to totally derail the rest of the overall story. If it works its way into it naturally, totally cool. That's great. But if we can avoid like, no, this is the sole focus now, everything else be damned. I don't like that idea.
Okay. Anything else, John?
Nope.
Okay. Ryan.
Dangerous fight. That was fun. It was, I mean, not bad, but it was kind of clunky at times. It felt like not. It just things kind of took time, longer than it probably could have. But other than that, that was because of the maybe diced up to the danger that came up. So everybody was obviously thinking hard about what they wanted to do, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, how often have we lost characters? Not that often. So
Twice.
I do, in a way, like this is it's a rose in a way to add that danger to remind us now. Like, I mean, this is harder to deal with and hard to deal with.
Mhm.
And it's ironic, like I said earlier, that it's harder to come back from this than it is death, technically, it seems. Although this world
Well,
right now,
true
it
death
is.
with the death curse is a bit harder than this
Yeah,
right now.
aside from the
But
death curse. This is actually the best thing that could happen, really, aside from
if
just
someone
getting
was,
knocked
yeah,
down.
if someone was actually gonna like die, this is actually a better way to go. But just being knocked down versus petrified, obviously petrified is worse. So.
But it adds it's a reminder. So and yeah, like if it works out that we're here, I don't think it should. Albeit the character RP wise, I understand that. Although Blackwin is somewhat, I would say, he removed himself from it in a way. I don't know, just life, circle of life, yada yada. But I don't think it should, like Brad said, hopefully not just become the focal point. But if we get away and we work it out, that it works out that way.
Yeah.
But there is no, like Corey said, most of this is not like we're on a race against time thing. And being turned to stone is the epitome of having as much time as you need, unless of course the statue gets smashed.
The
But
Cyclops' family come looking for you. This is the fucker that killed our dad.
and the frost giants and no, damn it, all of them. But so I mean, as much as it hurts losing characters, it's kind of like it puts that grittiness back in there for us, right? Hello. And that was just unfortunate. Like you really had. I mean, there was a chance you could botch the roll, I guess.
Yeah.
I think. But I mean, the natural one was
1
just.
in 20 chance.
Well, is that what he needed to roll? Only was one.
I think anything else he wouldn't have been instantly petrified.
Oh, okay. Wow. So
Yep.
I thought maybe he had a few numbers in there but wow.
Nope.
Yeah. So.
Maybe a 2.
Yeah, maybe a 1 or 2 might have been.
You, statistically speaking, you didn't.
Yeah, it was bad luck for sure.
But
all right.
So I mean, but yeah, it gives us morning though. So.
Yep. All right. Hydra, nothing. Good music. Thank you. Liz.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Thorn is Brad going down again. Yeah, it's always Brad.
But this is definitely the first time that I can think of in any of our games
that we've had to have an actual replacement.
Yeah, like a character. I know it's not death, but quote unquote death. That in the middle, like I don't really count Byron because it was literally the last thing in the last session.
Still,
you see your old character
died.
Yeah. But it's still different.
Yeah. But Byron's dead too. After the fact, he got murdered.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, my character got to go out, you know, saving the soul of her best friend. Byron just got fucked.
He's
Sorry,
fine.
Brad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked I mean, the fight felt very dangerous, you know, especially when you've got a +1 to your con save. I got a 75% chance of failing that roll, you know, that I can't look at her. But the other guy couldn't do anything with either, and my slow kept failing, so I was just like, I felt pretty useless. Gerald felt kind of pretty good. He did okay.
Yeah,
He got
Gerald
the kill.
did pretty good in that fight, actually. Yeah.
Gerald got the how do you want to do this? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I liked finding the yellow banner journal. I thought that was a nice other little touch with a few kind of like little breadcrumbs of interesting things to sort of like look out for, keep an eye on. So that's pretty cool. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to give inspiration to John for his.
Damn it! Why'd you make me go last?
Okay, no. If you're going last, I will give it to you then, for going back to the statue, for giving up your watch to Act 2 RP. I thought was really good. Was a really good choice.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing the party wasn't replaced with doppelgangers while I was up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone ignore
Well.
those private messages.
You don't know.
All right. Excellent.
And I will give it to you.
All right. Brad, what was any thorns?
Brad likes dying.
No, I don't like dying, but I don't mind the idea of it because I think it makes the game.
Are you Sean Bean of the group?
It's one of the things that makes D&D so unique and interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not dead. I was out of the campaign for a while. It's fine.
There's an interesting thing with D&D in that you're really upset and then you start making your next character and you start getting really excited.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like there's that weird thing that happens.
Yeah. But no, it was a good session, lots of great RP. I thought you guys had, you know, interesting interactions. I too was gonna give inspiration to John, but I will definitely give it to Liz. I thought you did your watch with Jonah was great, and the fact that it was your birthday. But yeah.
I was gonna get Baz to cook a really nice meal. I was gonna be like, "You saw your stuff, Baz. We'll forage the rest of the day and cook up the bug and have delicious birthday." Nope. We ate rations and cry, and she just cried.
Worst birthday ever. All right. Andre, you're last.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything different to say from everybody else. Rose was definitely, I think, just the fight, the mechanics of it, the complexity of it was interesting. I felt like, you know, the spirit was kind of a surprising wrinkle. I didn't expect that we wouldn't be able to do anything about it, despite all of everybody's various efforts, which I really appreciated. But I like that I could at least, you know, there was like snakes and shit that I could deal with. I wasn't kind of stuck as a melee character trying to deal with a Medusa trapped in a pit and a spirit that I couldn't hit. Yeah, Thorn was obviously Baz's situation. And then inspiration to John, just for all of his Baz-centric RP. You know, in particular, in the moment, trying to save him, and then, you know, everything following up. Yeah, and I liked it. You know, it was kind of weird. Like, it felt a bit abrupt, but I'm glad that it feels like we fully cleared Nangalore. Like, it was one of those things where it kind of felt like it might be a question mark when we left, but it doesn't feel like a question mark anymore. It feels like we've pretty much gotten everything we could. And we're back at Kir Sabal, so that's cool.
Cool. All right. Well, for me, yeah, it was just a fun fight overall. I wasn't expecting to kill you guys. Although I definitely knew it was a possibility that one or more characters might go down, depending on how. Of course, you guys. I wasn't fully 100% sure whether you would actually end up fighting her or not. It just happened. I was definitely trying to egg you guys on with the Eblis, but you just never know what people are gonna do.
Killed
Yeah,
her
the
with
all the
kindness.
yeah, and the RP afterwards, really good use, clever use of spells and stuff to get some of those resources back, like with the locate spells and stuff. I thought that was very good. I didn't think you would ever find that Eblis nest. I was like, but
That was very clever. I think Sean would give Blackwind inspiration for getting his gem back. I don't know. Maybe
No,
nobody else agrees.
fair.
But I think
I
that's
think that's
I
totally
will
fair.
second that. I didn't hand out inspiration, so yeah. Inspiration
that was
for
very
that.
clever.
That was like, really cool.
Yeah, and you got what could be an important item back for Donaquin. He's only got 3 of those suckers, and you have no idea what what those things are for, what they're all about, because he hasn't. But now maybe you guys might be slightly more curious about them, given the situation, what he said and stuff. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, the fight, you guys took him out. Baz dying, it's always tough, but that's the way it goes. It was a unlucky mathematically one at the worst possible time, right before she went down, essentially. But it is what it is. But so I'm glad. Thank you. I have to say for kind of taking it in stride. I know some players can get very mad when they lose a character, so I'm appreciate the cool as a cucumber response, Brad. I don't know if you were raging in the background when you stepped away, but
No, not at all.
The one at,
No.
like, just the getting boned like that by the dice is so hard.
yeah, when I
There's-
saw that
there's
one
no
come up,
doubt
especially with
about
the leg, I didn't see it before you. I was just like, oh god, one, oh god, no. It's too...
I was the one who was mad about it because so we were muted the turn before that when it was my turn, and I'm like, I really want to hit her with magic missile, but I feel like we've got enough people down there that we might be able to take her out, so I'm not going to risk looking at her. And then I specifically pointed out to Brad, I'm like, and if we need to look at her, it's better if me or Jonah get petrified than you or Donaquin or Blackwind, because we can't carry you. And then he goes and gets himself petrified.
It's just
yeah.
I will not argue with your logic. Your logic is totally right.
Carry me.
I just in the moment I was like I was just looking at the numbers. I was like, it's just it seems so unlikely that that I will get petrified here that I should just try and take her out now, and it feeds into Baz's, he wants to, protect everybody mentality, and sometimes the dice just roll that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time we'll see. Maybe we'll have a new character. Thank you so much for watching. This is where we'll end. We do live stream our episodes Sunday nights, 4 p.m. Pacific time here on Twitch. And you can catch up as well. All the videos and past videos are linked in YouTube as well. And if you enjoy spending this time, consider following us and turning on your notifications. You'll see when there's new videos posted and when we go live, and never miss an episode. Thanks again. Thank you to all my players. And until next time, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.